Yeah. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Wait, guys, we're on the wrong channels. We're not.
What?
We're supposed to be over on a different show. It's Saturday night.
I'm sure he and Sheep can hold it down.
They don't need us. It's okay. I mean, do we really know they're American?
That's true.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point. I hear. You know what's funny is we didn't even hear back from Cassie on this. I just want to throw that out there, throw her under the bus immediately. Okay. We were like, hey,
we heard back from the Blacks before this. Maybe they said no, but we heard from them.
3 minutes in. Let's do this. How are we doing, everybody? This is not at all associated with Saturday Night Hypnosis. This is our 4th of July spectacular with friends across multiple channels. I'm the real life fake wizard. We're streaming on different channels, which is kind of unique. Not something we normally do. Hypnotic is out with family, and we respect that. And everybody else is out with family. It is the 4th of July, and we're enjoying that. It's a great time. 250 years.
What a beautiful number.
Amazing.
I can't believe it. You know, there's a couple times there where you're like, I don't know, is this country cooked? And it's like, no, we're going to keep going forward. We're going to keep moving on. That's awesome.
I mean, to be fair, it's not even a question of like whether or not we're cooked right now. There's definitely times where I still just any given day, because I do a lot of politics on my channel, think we might be cooked. But then it's like, you know what? Nah, even if we are, just by our pure American spirit, we will have the best cooking of any nation. Like our fall will be better than the fall of Rome because we're fucking American.
That's true.
You are not gonna find better culinary than in the United States. It's just not gonna happen.
It's because we do colonization properly. We multiculturalism doesn't work, but we do multiculturalize the fuck out of food. Like, oh, you're Chinese, you're Japanese, you're tikka masalian. I don't know where that comes from. Like, we just get all the best.
But honestly, I do feel that the American version of other countries' food is way better than their food. So I think like we make it better.
Yeah.
Because like real Chinese food sucks. American Chinese food is way better.
Well, real Chinese food is dog, so.
Well, there you go. You know, like it's the same thing. And like, for example, like in Mexico, their food sucks. They put pork in everything. They put like way too much fat and oil, and it's just greasy ass, horrible food. And then you get the American Mexican food, which is way, way better. So yes.
I do love me some Tex-Mex.
I love going to get... It is the best. You go to a Chinese restaurant, it is run by an Italian or an Albanian, and it's cooked by a Mexican. What is more American than that?
Yeah,
exactly.
True multiculturalism.
If there were a black person, it would be way more American.
Oh no, delivered by a black person.
Yeah, true.
Okay, way better.
Delivered.
You fixed it.
DoorDash is their job. We'll end up seeing them on an episode of Financial Audit in a week or two. Like, DoorDash. That's not real work. Like,
well,
it is. By the way, DoorDash is real work. I know several people that do it, and it is exhausting if you do it right.
It's tough. It's tough. But guys, we are not Saturday Night Hypnosis. We are the 4th of July spectacular with friends. That's what we're doing here. This is kind of an not proper kind of casual stream. We got a lot of topics we're going to talk to, but we are going to go through a regular introduction. So Leon, start us off. What's happening?
Man, well, first, got up today and took my happy ass over to my pop's place because we, like good real Americans, grilled up some burgers, ate some mac and cheese. We have fun. We stood in front of the American flag. We said grace. Yeah. Me and Papa Paradise had a great 4th of July celebration, and then came back here and in true American fashion spent the afternoon watching Team America with Sevvy. So that was how we spent our 4th of July. And let me tell you, there's no better way than like, oh, grill up burgers with pops, watch Team America with your girl. What a 4th of July this has been.
That is extremely American. Sevvy, who are you? What do you do? How's your week?
Yeah. Well, hello everybody. In case you don't know me, I'm Sevvy. I'm a gamer. I'm a lawyer. I have a video dropping tomorrow, so make sure to check it out. Been trying to get more in the swing of things, so currently working on more stuff. There, like as I keep digging into the stop killing games thing, I just keep digging. It's like a never-ending hole. So at this point, I think I'm just gonna stop and just record a video and more shit comes out because it's just like a whole PlayStation thing. It keeps exploding for just I don't know every 5 minutes. That's kind of how I feel about it.
By the way,
Shout out.
to add to the 4th of July-ness, since you talked about a video, Sev posted a short today because when Sevvy and I were in Boston, what was that, last month or the month
Boston.
before?
Yeah,
we were
I
in
think it's like
Boston. She and I did in fact go to
Boston.
the Boston Harbor, and it was. I don't care if you got an accent. You're an honorary American. On account of you hate commies, you hate Somalians, and it was your idea to go to the Boston Harbor and throw tea in it. So short on my channel of me throwing tea in the Boston Harbor. Sevvy also, we got a recorded video. I don't know if you posted it or not though.
Not yet. I might. I didn't edit it or anything like that. Somebody asked what type of law I do. I do corporate labor employment law. I do the boring law, not the exciting one.
The stuff that you get paid well for, though.
Yeah, I do get paid way better because I represent companies, not people that can't pay for you. Because if you represent people, the thing is, it's like you basically either have to be paid up front or you have to be paid only if you win. Yeah,
right.
That means you're not going to win every case. So you're going to try to settle. So at least you get breadcrumbs.
Look at you having a real job. I just talk to a camera for a living and pretend it's work.
It's a real job.
You know, Leon, I saw your I watched through. You did the cover of my video a couple days ago.
I did. It was a great video, by the way.
The culture war one. That one, writing that almost killed me. That was so
because of how blackpilling it kind of was.
Until the end, I was like, "How am I gonna? I have to. It's blackpilling as hell. How am I gonna end this on like a positive note? But it needs to feel sincere." And I was like, "Man," because I could have just ended with like, "That's why it's important that we create the next thing." I'm like, "Nah, it doesn't work for this one."
Well, Don Bluth said it best. I don't remember if it was in your video or somebody in my chat said it recently, but Don Bluth has a quote that's like, "It doesn't matter how bad things get for kids; they can handle anything as long as there's a happy ending." Like that was his concept about movies. I was like, "Damn, that's kind of how your video felt." That was an incredibly dark, blackpilling video, but it had that Don Bluth style happy ending.
I said something similar on FNT yesterday, and then I saw in the comments like, "Oh, great, Wizards here to doom scroll again."
To be fair, I actually don't think you're as what how do I phrase this? Because I don't want to make it sound like you're real you in your videos. Obviously, you are, but like you're not actually such a negative, dour guy off camera or anything. You laugh a lot, you make jokes, but by the same token, when talking about this shit, which we're gonna get into a lot of tonight, because the last 48 hours have been incredibly blackpilling, especially if you're a PlayStation fan. I don't know why you would be. But no, like it's. I don't know, it's that yin yang, it's that equal combination of like, yes, be happy, be positive and whatnot, but also reality's a thing. So,
well, I fully believe it's like, okay, there's a lot of work to do. Okay, well, where does the work start? We have to diagnose what's wrong first, and that's going to be tough. That's tough to do. So it's like, all right, I have to get to the root of the problem.
I didn't bring this up to you when we were watching it earlier, Sam.
Yeah.
But watching Team America earlier when they're all like, "Oh, the Film Actors Guild is here to bring peace to America or to bring peace to the world," and I was like, like, dude, this movie's like from 2006 or something, and even back then, they're calling out all the actors for like being these performative douchebags that don't know anything about global politics. I was like, this is not a new thing. It just occurred to me.
Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, I think it is true, Wizard, what you were saying on. They're the movie's not for us. They're just trying to reform the brains of children. So going forward, it's a completely different generation, and they really forget about everything else.
And that's why, like, I was so proud of my kid, because I took her. And I was saying this on the stream. I took my kid to a late night showing of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before, because she was like, "Dad, I want to go see a movie with you." Because her and I do that, quite frequently. And I was looking through what was in theaters, and it was like nothing that was either age appropriate, or the things that were age appropriate were things like Toy Story 5, which I don't fucking want to see, and frankly don't want her to see. And when I say age appropriate, I mean she's almost a teenager. Like I let her watch T2 at like 6-7 years old. The point is, it was like none of this stuff is stuff that I want her to consume, just because it's probably got bad ideologies. But I was like, they're doing a one night only showing of Raiders of the Lost Ark, my favorite movie. I was like, all right, kiddo, why don't we go see this? And so when we left, she was like, Dad, that was awesome. I thought it was going to be boring. I just want to go see a movie with you because you're my dad. But that was actually awesome. I was like, yes, that's right, son.
Yeah. Dads.
There we go. Yeah. I'll have an AI image for that one.
Need to quickly make one.
It's going to be tough to do. Like, I can't do any AI graphics because I'm like producing the show. So I can't
I'll do one. Which one do you want though? I'll make one.
That's what we're going to need. Well, let's see. I'm sure there's going to be a few that come up on this show, man. But hey, all right. Before we get into it, because we got a lot of topics. And yes, we are going to do a Kotaku fact. We're going to start with that in a second. But I would like it, I think, if we get to the pre-stream legends.
Yeah.
And now I got to click the button.
Are you an old school Godzilla fan?
I am yes. A lot.
No, I am too. That's what I was asking. I prefer the vast majority of old school Godzilla to the moderns. Now, to be fair, I like things like Godzilla -1, and what was the one that came out like 2016? Fuck, Shin Godzilla. But I love old school cheesy Godzilla. Like I've been a Godzilla fan my entire life.
I just saw, my brother and I went to see Godzilla vs. Biollante in theaters a couple days ago, and that was
is that the smog monster pollution one?
No, that's what I thought it was, and it's the giant plant monster.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, probably like 68 or 72 or something. Either way, did you enjoy it? How was the theater experience for an old movie like that?
I mean, the experience was great. I just hate the Alamo. I don't like the Alamo Theater.
Really, you don't? Yeah. I love the Alamo.
No.
Why is that?
The Alamo is the last stand for hipsters. Bringing on a specialist here who actually knows.
Speaking of hipsters,
bringing him right. He knows what's up.
We're talking about Godzilla. I've been summoned.
My man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, what's going on, gamers? I saw someone comment something that I had to tag in for because I was like,
"Oh, is that like?
Oh yeah,
step aside."
Yes. Hey, that's
breaking out the geezer.
Hell yeah. No, Biollante was, I believe, 82 or
is Biollante that late in the all right, cool.
So it was technically it is the start of the Heisei era. It is the sequel to Godzilla versus Godzilla Returns, which was a very good movie. Biollante is where the Godzilla 80s movies go full on, just like pure sci-fi,
balls to the wall action instead of being like cheesy stuff like we just saw in the intro and whatnot. Because it's like I believe the last movie in the Heisei era is like giant monsters all out attack, where it's just like every Godzilla monster ever. It was like, what was that?
So that was. Are you thinking of Final Wars?
Okay, Final Wars.
Final Wars.
Giant monster all attack. Final Wars. You're correct.
Yeah. That was 2004. That was like the Millennium era. But
I thought that was the end of the Heisei. I guess I'm retarded.
So the end of the Heisei was Destroya, where Godzilla dies, and it fully rounds out the whole thing. I love the Heisei era. I love the Showa era. Godzilla's the big guy. Gotta love him. But yes, no, Biollante is where it's like, oh, and Godzilla's here, but also we have like genetic engineering and psychics. There's psychics now. Did you know about that? And then they just keep going with it. It's great.
I'd say my favorite is probably Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, which is not to be confused with Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. They're different movies, but Godzilla against is I think 92 or 94, right in there.
Yes, it was the late 90s, early 2000s, and it's not Mechagodzilla, it's Kiryu. Yes.
Pause everything. I just saw pop up on my friends list right now. Atreus is at home playing Slay the Spire 2.
Are you fucking serious right now?
This motherfucker told me last night, like, I'll be there for SNH.
I just want everyone to know.
Are you fucking serious right now?
He is Slay the Spire 2 instead of streaming with us right now.
What the fuck, that dude?
That is so on character, on brand, but that's okay. All right, come in. We're gonna do the pre-stream. Well, actually, just the stream legends here.
He's black.
Leon, take over, man.
St. Hugo with a 5-banger.
Yeah, we should clear up. We are going to read through all of them because on our side, because we're multicasting to different channels, we don't always know where they're going. So we're going to read through all of them and give them all the time that they deserve. All right. So
you got it.
Back to you.
Don't have to be American to wish you lads a happy birthday. So with a grenadine pouring out some sake, he gave the high seas emoji for my channel. And on the grand line, we go again. Well, cheers to that, to the IRL Albert Wesker. Thank you, Hugo.
Cheers.
Yikes. The beer is trying to kill me tonight.
King Demon Wing gifted 5 fake Wizard Live memberships. That's 5 more fake wizards in training.
Thank you for that.
Real like fake apprentices, sorcerer's apprentices. Yeah. And then King Demon Wing became a member all on his own as well. Shout out, Demon Wing. You a legend tonight.
Shout out.
46 and North also gifted 5 fake live memberships. Again, another 5 fake sorcerer's apprentices. You got your Nick Cage work cut out for you, or Mickey Mouse, whichever you prefer. More Wizard with a 2-banger. So it's an entire stream of Kotaku facts, right? You're not far off from what I can tell.
Yes. It's a big topic, and we're just going to turn the Kotaku fact into the first topic.
Shout out. Thank you, War Wizard. Adeptus Soto with a 2-banger. Japan is celebrating the 4th of July as well. Look, man, that's awesome to hear. So glad. Japan is like our, every now and again you got a cool little sibling because they just want to do all the same shit you do. That's Japan as of the last, several years. I'm okay with it. Shout out Japan.
Shout out, dude.
Hell yeah.
The late plug of Monty Waters with a 2-banger. Greasy ass, been there, done that. Happy 4th. Well, that one had to be directed at me because they said greasy ass.
Thank you.
Bros Pros, which is a cool name for a 10-banger. Happy 250th, Wizard. Just want to let you in chat know that I'm now fully CompTIA A+ certified. That is awesome.
All right.
I passed my second exam last week. I've been celebrating the last week like a true American. Dude, those books are thick. The CompTIA. Boys. That's a difficult question. Well done.
Shout out, brother. That's awesome. That was the longest clap click I could have done.
El Merva with a 2-banger. Instead of a black fact of the week, we need a white one. Man, it's the 4th of July. Every fact today is a white fact. Chef Eddie with a 5-banger. Let's take a moment on this 4th of July to honor the greatest American, Chuck Norris.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chuck Norris. Yeah. Rest in peace.
All right.
Yeah,
absolute legend.
Book of Grudges with a 5-banger. Happy 4th, everybody. 250 years of being the best at rebellion. That's true. P.S. Yes. Leon, I was the one who called you gay on X earlier. Because you are. Love y'all. Okay, so your name doesn't matter on X is not the same as on YouTube. I was like, I don't even know who this motherfucker is or how he knows I'm gay, but okay. Which I'm not, by the way. How he knows the lore of me being accused of gay. That's fine. Thank you, Grudges.
I want him to know it was me.
I need to let him know I called him gay.
It was me.
Emo Lineal with a 2-banger. Beat it, Tom and Marv. This is the new crew.
Wow.
Beat
wow,
what?
Tom.
Beat who?
Disavow. Tom and Marv are great.
Beat who?
Wow.
He's quoting Michael Jackson. It's fine. War Wizard with a 2-banger. And we pay you for your work. I don't even know if that was meant to sound snide, but I felt like reading it in the snide voice made the most sense. Thanks, War Wizard.
I feel it.
Xavier with a membership of 21 months. Shout out. Happy 4th of July and 250th anniversary, the Vital Idols. You're goddamn right. Shout out to all the Vital Idols, all the fake wizards, all of Sevvy. I don't really know what you call your community. If I'm going to be real, I don't even know if you have a name for them, but shout out to all y'all watching. Emo Lineal with a 2-banger. Wiz, is your Japanese heritage just seething about today?
I'm not Japanese, although I look Japanese really bad.
And even if you were, why would you be seething? We came in and made Japan awesome. All it took was a couple of nukes, dude.
So I had this thumbnail that I used for the Avatar review that Tom and I did, and I was like, yeah, I look a little bit
Asian.
but also this video, the thumbnail did so well, and the video was really good. It's like in the top 20 percentile of hyped videos on YouTube right now. Like,
congrats!
That video exploded.
It is.
I'm like, I'm
That's
not
awesome.
Asian, but the world thinks I am. I'm gonna use it.
And he's not even in the video. It's me.
Yeah, it's Tom doing the voiceover.
That's hilarious.
We do a little clickbait. We do a little
trolling.
trolling. We do a little trolling.
Gilgamesh with a 5-banger. Hey, you all. I did a video about Hypnotic and Fake Wizard's wedding. You're all in it. It's crazy. Hypno is intersex. We need to take away some people's rights.
Maybe we do need Keir Starmer's biometric accessibility for the internet. I think the super chat just made me a believer.
Makes sense.
Draconic member for 4 months. Happy 250th birthday to America, everyone. Hoping for many more. Yes, me as well. Many more.
Peace with war. Gifted a red boy.
Hell yeah.
$100 bang.
Hell yeah.
Red boy, son. And a red boy, a 100-banger, supporting capitalism to say happy 4th of July, everyone. USA. USA. USA.
Thank you for that, Peace with War. Absolutely based.
That Don Otaku with a 5-banger. Happy July 4th. Well, been 250 years since the pale faces took my people's land and gave us diseases. Dumbass ancestors, am I right? Love you, bud. Shout out Otaku. Thank you. And I grew up on the res. I get it. Smallpox blankets were more of an accident. They didn't understand things like penicillin back then. Nick Havoc with a 5-banger. Why are there no funny Independence Day not jokes? Because freedom rings. Well done.
That's funny. No, that was funny. That deserves a laugh.
That is a good one.
Yeah, I like that. Draconic gifted a fake wizard membership. One more Sorcerer's Apprentice to add to the pin. Shout out, Draconic. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Shout out.
Emo Lineal with a 5-banger. This one's for you, Tom. Hey, Grandma. How about another strawberry Pop-Tart flavored liquid death iced tea?
Hey, Grandma.
What does that mean?
All
Does
right,
that explain
okay.
the war?
Strawberry
sure.
Pop-Tart?
Liquid Death. They have the iced teas. They made a strawberry Pop-Tart flavor one. We tried it on this Wednesday's version of Fake Wizard News. I shotgunned it. It was weird.
Oh.
It tasted funky, but I'll have you know, Millennial, there are no longer any Pop-Tart Liquid Deaths in the fridge because I drank them all. I didn't hate them.
Didn't you really?
I drank all of them. I finished them today. They're iced teas. So they're little whereas the wizard thought it was going to be like a carbonated beverage, they're just like a black tea that have like a weird strawberry pastry effect to it. I didn't hate it. I wouldn't buy it again, but like I wasn't going to dump them out or get rid of them. But yes, no, I didn't need to call Grandma to get it for me. I got it myself.
Tom, I gotta tell you, I know that we're trying to go through super chats, but people often, accuse me of being similar to Moist Critical, and I'm gonna denounce that because you were like Moist Critical if he had a personality. I can see it. If Moist Critical had a personality, it'd be you, brother.
All right, hey guys, we're trying the strawberry Pop-Tart flavor. Okay, it's all right.
That's literally. We need to start doing that.
We're just ripping off Moist Critical.
We should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be my cosplay for Siege. I'll just wear a white T-shirt.
Hey.
to be fair, I wore a ripped up white T-shirt the other day on stream. I was like, yeah, this is my Asmongold cosplay. So, Frieza Max with a 5-banger just shows Sevvy with a bunch of exclamation points. Shout out Frieza Max. Although Cell Max is better. Saint Hugo with a 2-banger. White fact of the day: Skyrim belongs to the Norse. Well done. That's a good white fact.
That's a good one, man.
Khajiit did nothing wrong.
Skyrim, 15 years old. No sequel.
Oh my god.
15 years old.
The late plug of Muddy Waters with a 2-banger. Can we consider this Leon stealing Hypno's husband?
Dude.
Y'all real weird about this.
They are. I don't understand. The chat is getting real weird, real
Zesty.
rowdy,
A little zesty.
Real rowdy.
Yeah, y'all getting a little too
Zesty.
zesty on this one. Play Gears of War once. The caption is "Brothers to the end," and y'all are like, "No, no,
Oh,
no,
Zesty.
damn."
Zesty. Zesty.
Ah.
Although I
Zesty.
will say, a
No.
Japanese theme for your wedding, given your heritage, is very fitting.
I
Why
tried
is it
I tried to make you the woman, but he made him the woman.
Oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
To be fair, you both look happy. That's nice to see.
He
Well,
looks
we're
like
under
he's
duress.
evil.
I'm under duress. That's the difference. Wow. I hope he sees this. I hope he understands what has been created here.
Oh, I don't think. But I did make this one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dan.
There it is. Yes, dads. Gilgamesh became a YouTube member. I assume that's to Wizard. I don't actually know who that was to. But shout out to whoever you became a member to. Thank you so much.
It might be over here, but thank you for that. I wish it said. I wish
Me
StreamYard
too.
wasn't so complicated, dude.
You and me both. BMC CB with a 10 banger. Fake Wizard. Hero could help you with those pesky grays.
Oh, Beardo's taking strays.
I wonder,
you for
is he
that.
using grays the same way that Badger uses grays, talking about non-members, or is he talking about your actual facial hair?
Never know.
Badger calls non-members filthy grays because if you're a member, you're green, and if you're not, you're gray in chat. So it's like gray aliens, but I don't know which one this means.
Maybe. That
Oh,
well,
you
so
guys can see it. There you go.
there seems to be a bit of a controversy on that one. So I'm going to elect to go with Badger's version.
I like that because it would inspire people in the chat to not be filthy grays and become great greens.
That's right. On all the channels. We're multi-streaming.
Yeah.
You got to become a member everywhere. Thank you for that.
Butter Framed in Gold, giving a membership on the Words of Paradise and my crew. Thank you oh so much, Butter. You are a fucking legend. I also saw you give it a game. Thank you for that. We'll be getting to those. Butter, you rock.
The photo is real. It is real. It is real. In fact, hold on. Let me put it up again.
Jason Nelson with a 2-banger. Wiz, do you have a jet black beard to upstage Beardo?
You guys are ridiculous, man.
You know, you
Look.
realized Wizard. Like on Wednesday, somebody was saying, "Oh, like somebody sent a super chat and they said, I think Fake Wizard's beard is better than Beardo." Beardo stopped what we were doing to show everybody his beard and say, like, this is way better. There is no way Wizard's beard can look this good. And then he talked about the care regimen that went into his beard. And I was like, okay, props
To be fair,
you,
if you
Beardo.
go by the moniker of Beardo, then I imagine that's the one thing in life you have to take care of and be proud of. Imagine if I was like you know, it's like Luscious Locks 57 and was bald. It wouldn't work. Like
He's shout out.
Butter Framed in Gold gifting a Fake Wizard live membership. Shout out, well done, Butter. Again, just out here spreading all the love.
Heck yeah, man. Shout out.
Brian Brother Athay with the 2-banger. All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle. I appreciate that reference. Thank you, Brian.
Very
like
good.
Spectre.
I like
with
it.
a 10-banger. Special guest. Question for Tom and Wizard. Have you or will you try The Finals? Is a niche FPS game that appeals to creative mind.
Ooh.
Tom,
Finals.
we're gonna
Why
have to
have
put that
I-
on the list.
Why have I've heard of that before. I don't know if it's because I know people who've played it or I've seen it. But we will add it to the list and we will check it out.
I can't answer because I've never heard of the game to my knowledge. So
Why
I have never heard of it, but we're gonna write it down. Right now we've been like just play testing games and watching lots of movies. And after Siege is done in a couple weeks, we're gonna be playing a lot.
You know
more
what
stuff,
game?
man.
You know what game I introduced Leon to? Oh my god, what was the name of it? The Labyrinthine.
the one we were playing yesterday, Labyrinth or Labyrinthy or whatever it was called.
No, I think it was Labyrinthine. It's not Labyrinth, but Labyrinthine. It's like this
Awesome.
Backrooms meets Demonologist combined type of mood, like meets Dead by Daylight. It's so fun. I
You're
loved it.
stuck in a haunted corner. I play almost exclusively horror games. You're stuck in like this haunted corn maze and you gotta find your way out. and it made me jump. I've been playing Resident Evil since I was 4 years old. Horror games, I've streamed horror games with Sevvy, and she's like, "How are you not scared of this stuff?" I was like, "I've been playing horror games for 30 years. This one got me to jump. It was like, well done."
Several times, and I was like, I wish we were streaming this so people can see Leon get filtered and scared. It was amazing.
It do be like that. Gooch with a 5-banger. How you doing, Gooch? What's up, everyone? Happy 4th of July. See you in a couple weeks in South Carolina, guys. Yeah, this is the South Carolina crew right here. We're all going to be there. What?
Yeah.
Tom, I think we're going to be there.
Yeah, Tom will be there with us.
Oh, man. Yeah,
we are.
Yeah,
we are
everybody
like
on
the
the
fake portal crew
in South
here.
Carolina.
Yeah. Yep. And Leon and I are having a meetup too there on Sunday.
We
right
are.
before
Oh.
Wizard.
We could talk about that. I have the let's we might as well. Tom, can you bring up the Southeast Game Exchange website?
Yeah, let me go do that right now. Hold on.
While I pull our schedule up.
I'm so excited.
Yes. So Sevvy and Leon are gonna have a meet and greet so we all have kind of like one community booth that we're all going to be floating in and out of, but we wanted to all make sure that we all have dedicated times where it's like, if you want to meet Leon and if you want to meet Sevvy, you want to meet me, like we'll be there at like for dedicated times. It's on specific days. So Sevvy and Leon will be there Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern at the main community booth. It's probably going to say like Fake Wizard on it because I'm the one that set it up.
We're just living in it. Like,
yeah.
No, I wanted it to be a community thing. I just don't know how they're going to name it. Like, we've been trying to come up with like, what would it be if we were to have like, whereas Gary has the Fellowship, Geeks and Gamers is Geeks and Gamers, but like, I feel like we need one, like as far like. You know what I mean? Like there should be like more of a.
That's why like I said, my crew like obviously there's like lots of crossover between like me and Badger and you and everybody. And it's like so obviously Hitler's got the bigot army and whatnot. I call mine the Vital Idols, but yeah, no, there needs to be a name. Like I agree, but it adds a sense of identity,
Right, because when you think of like the Fellowship, you think like of Gary's crew, and it's like I feel like we all kind of we need to think tank that when we're together at the Game Exchange.
I'm down.
Yeah,
because I am not good with names. Like real life Fake Wizard is a terrible name.
What are you talking about?
I'm not good with names.
What are you talking about? That's a great name. Totally, it just slips off the tongue. There's not enough. There's not many syllables and consonants.
It's a great name in a bad way because it feels like it would be like one of those Adult Swim bumps, like in between an episode of Family Guy and like we're like
Beard Island
15-second bump with a real life
the
Fake
Beard
Wizard.
Island.
Beard Island.
That is terrible. Sevy's not. Sevvy, you can make the drinks while we think things.
That would be a really good AI show of like Survivor, but like Total Drama Island, but it's Beard Island. That could be fun.
They're extremely bearded mans. Yes, that'd be
scary bearded people.
So we do have a couple of things we can announce today. On Friday at the show at 4:00. Everybody here is taking the main stage for a Super Smash Brothers tournament. We're going to be doing there live in person. Okay. Then on Saturday, we got a lot of stuff happening on Saturday, guys. Like, oh my gosh.
By the way, I'm calling it now. I'm winning the Smash tournament. I don't know. I don't even know if anybody else playing is a Smash player. I'm a competitive Smash player. So I'm winning that tournament.
It is specifically my goal to beat Leon. Like, I don't care about winning. I just want to beat Leon.
To be fair, you're a Nintendo guy. You might be good at Smash secretly, and I don't know that you're a wild card.
I'm amazing at this game. Yes, I'm gonna hype it up. I'm the best there is. At 4 p.m. on Saturday, so the next day over, we got the Critical Drinker panel with me. There might be some other people that are on that panel too. That's at 4:00 on Saturday, and then here's the big one at 6:00 Saturday night. We have the Indie Game Showcase, where all of us will be a part of that. That's going to be really big. We're basically putting on a variety show while also showcasing indie games. That's going to be epic. And then Sunday we come back. We've got a couple panels, and also there's a whole bunch of other panels through the week, through the weekend. 1:00 you've got the Sevvy and Leon meetup at the community booth, and then at 2 p.m. it'll be myself and WDW Pro will be taking over from Leon and Sevvy. So we're looking forward to it. Gooch, looking forward to seeing you, brother. It'll be a lot of fun.
Got mad.
Good show.
Hypno said, "I'd like to announce that Sevvy will no longer be part of SNH." Oh my God! Why Hypno? Why? I didn't make it. Leon made the picture. It was not me.
I did no such thing. I
Wow.
have 0 AI skills.
Wow. Dude, you know what? You know what? The only thing that can rectify this is right here.
John Layton coming in hot
Thank you, John.
with 27
Wow.
gifted memberships. You fucking
Woo.
legend. Stop
And that-
simping, but well done.
And that lets me play play my card. Stop simping unless it's for me. Thank you for that. You guys are awesome. This community's awesome. You guys are great. O2RR for a 5. Leon, you want to take over?
Happy 4th, everyone. Hurrah for the flag of the free. May it wave as our standard forever. The gem of the land and the sea, the banner of the right. Based. Thank you for the 5 banger.
That was great.
Blue Octopus for a 5 banger. Don't know how I feel about Hypno's boyfriends being together without him. How do you find a leopard in the dark? Use a spotlight. Okay, back to my nap. There's a lot going on in that super chat. You got your
guys.
word count worth. Like
Oh man.
Gilgamesh with a 2 banger. Big Wizard, you're not gay in my video, but Leon is. It's the wrong your. Wrong your, Gilgamesh.
Yeah. But we respect it. at least, you know, the correct one of us is the gay one. There you
War
go.
Wizard with a 5 banger. Alternative white fact of the day. Skyrim belongs to the Empire. A united empire is a strong empire. Down with the Aldemiri Dominion.
Wow. Yeah. Take down those elves.
Fight. Real wife fake lizard for a 2 banger. Too much fake shit going around, isn't it?
In it.
In it.
Their
Yeah.
profile picture is
Mark Zuckerberg over
it's Mark
my face.
Zuckerberg.
That
I
darn
love the internet,
Otaku
dude.
became a member. Shout out Otaku. Well done. Thank you so much for the membership. Again, all on your own. You love to see it. Golden Apples with a 5 banger. Happy 4th of July. I released my game Lithium on Steam yesterday. Yes, well
Hey!
done. You've been
Hell
working on
yeah.
that for ages. You've been giving us constant updates. It's finally, you got the green light a few months ago. It's out now. That's great. Feel free to, because I know you're in my Discord, feel free to drop a link to your game to advertise it in my Discord or whatnot. Other people can decide what they want to do in terms of that sort of thing. But promo away, because that's an incredibly important thing, creating your own content in this day and age.
Heck yeah, let us know. Tom, write down Lithium so we could take a look at that one later too.
You got it.
Yeah, that one just came out.
Butterframed in Gold, member for 7 months. I guess since you're coming to my state, I should try to go. Hell yeah, we would love to see you.
Yeah,
homie.
come out. Come through.
We would love to. Yeah, we would love to see you and meet you. Let's go.
Kevin Huntze, I think is how you say
Kevin
that. With a
Hunt.
50 banger, a pink boy.
Bitty.
Owen Benjamin wrote a book
Yeah.
about how to slay a wizard. Your days are numbered. Happy 4th of July.
Wow.
The moment he said Owen Benjamin, I was like, oh, there's going to be some anti-Semitism in here somewhere. Owen Benjamin is the
I love
primo
it.
example, by the way, of why not everybody should smoke weed. It broke him.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin. Very kind of you.
Benjamin with a 5 banger. Hope you got air conditioning where you are, bud. Did Carlos Hypno III
probably
bail on
don't.
Treason Day, or did he get caught El Presidente? Also, happy Treason Day, colonists.
Happy
Again, how's that
Treason
air
Day.
conditioning?
I am
Yeah.
proud. If that's the case, I'm proud that we committed treason because we are way better than the UK. Just saying.
Can we get a 78 degrees in the chat if you have your thermostats on 78 degrees?
Can we get a cool, crisp 78 degrees?
Cool, crisp 78 degrees from everybody. All right, and coming in over on Sevvy's channel.
BMC
Thank you.
with
Woo!
10 gifted memberships. The simping don't stop.
Thank you, BMC. You got a heart. Thank you.
Let's go, dude.
Xavier coming in with a 5-banger. Good day, y'all. Happy 250th birthday, America. At church, ringing the bell, so we'll have to catch up later. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. That was
Let's
beautiful.
go.
I like that.
El Ripa, bearded twinks as a name, or fake idols. I don't like either of those.
Twinks? That sounds so bad.
Fake idols sound
Bearded
satanic.
twinks?
Like,
I'm
so bad.
definitely not a twink.
Fake idols is hardcore though. It just doesn't work for it.
It just doesn't work for anyone.
It just sounds like a metal band.
right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. The
Yeah.
metal band is Malignant Narcissist. Fake Idols is their lead single.
It is. Yes, Malignant Narcissist. Shout out to Sheep, who's not here.
It's like when you purchase tickets to the meet and greet and the lead singer doesn't show up, you get to meet the bass player.
Yeah. All right, you guys. That is.
You're underwater.
Back.
You do know that if you click on it again, I think it stops it, or you can just stop it yourself manually, so you don't have
Am
to
I
wait
back?
like, all
Yeah, you're
10
back.
minutes
You're back.
for it.
I'm
Yeah.
back. All right.
Welcome
Yes.
back.
Thank you for that. We'll be jumping back to supers in just a little bit. We got to get to our first up Kotaku fact.
Let's
of the day,
go.
which is our first topic of the day, which is coming to us from Kotaku. Guys, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is blocked in 132 countries on Steam as fans continue questioning Sony's commitment to PC. So it looks like Sony is doing the same thing again that they had done with Helldivers 2. They're blocking Marvel Tokon, which is, I mean, it was supposed to be like this really big deal, and it was supposed to be multi-platform, available everywhere. And now here we go, blocked from 132 countries because you need to have your PlayStation access point. I think this is insane. I think this is going to hurt the game, like by a lot, because like myself, I was planning on getting it so that we can all play it. I know a lot of the other guys on SNH, they all play it. And like this was something I think we were kind of looking forward. I'm not even good or really interested in fighting games like this. But I was going to get it to play with friends, and now they're making that more complicated. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm actually, if you don't mind starting off, I'm incredibly interested in this game because Arxis has put out some of the best, tightest fighting games, technical fighters in the history of fighting games. Between Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Dragon Ball Fighters, Arxis is on a whole different level. They've, in my opinion, usurped Capcom as the king of the fighting game. The kings of the fighting game scene with things like Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. And the tournament scene around these sorts of fighters are insane. It's a scene that I've gone to many a tournament for, regardless of, for a myriad of different titles. The idea that the FGC will probably be impacted by this because you're gonna have people that just do not have access to this on PC. Who the fuck plays their PlayStation 5 if they even have one? You're gonna have a lot of people that are just put out from being able to participate, whether it be via crossplay, getting in the on the online circuit and fighting other people at your skill level. Like, it's incredibly difficult to find people at your skill level unless you're rising through the ranks. And if there's nobody playing the game because they don't have access to it, there's no one to rise against the ranks. You can only go so far fighting computers. So this is devastating for the FGC specifically.
They also put out Marvel Rivals, right? So it's the same.
No. Arxis is not the one.
No, this is different. Oh, yeah, okay. I was just wondering about it.
These guys do almost exclusively 2D technical fighters, or at least that's what they're known for.
Oh, okay. All right. I still don't know, because even if it was not blocked in their country, so say for example you're playing it here, you still have to connect to a PlayStation account, and I think that's gonna throw a lot of people off. Because now at this point, I don't really know who is going to play it, even if they do have it. Because, again, you have to connect it to a Sony PlayStation account. And we all know what Sony likes to do with data.
Yeah, well, that's becoming a real problem now because, it seems like this is a company that is going full mask off all at the same time about everything. And we knew that Sony was bad. They've been doing terrible things for a long time. I think if they were shipping games that people actually cared about, more consistently, it would be a little different. But the fact, you turn around with this and it's like, hey, an interesting fighter game, the Marvel IP, the last fight, like big time Marvel fighting game we got, I think was Marvel versus Capcom 3. And that was a stinker. And that was on like
no. Marvel vs. Capcom 4 was the stinker. 3 is actually incredibly good, but Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. But no, you actually just said something that reminded me, because you said if they were shipping games people wanted. By the way, this isn't a PlayStation product. ArcSys is multiplat.
Yeah,
always been multiplat. So Sony is fucking over a third-party company that they don't, a third-party developer that they don't actually even have any attachment to.
Yeah. So this is
that's even worse than Hell, because Helldivers was at least. I say at least as if it makes it okay, but that was Sony. They have direct control over their product because it's them. This isn't Sony in any way, shape, or form making this game.
Yeah.
What's kind of why, we talk a lot about like what Sony is doing. If we look at the Xbox side, Xbox is kind of going through an identity crisis, and now they're pulling back on shipping single player Xbox games to multi-platform. But Xbox has said that they're going to be still pushing their multiplayer games to go a little bit more broader. And Sony was supposed to be doing that too. This is a multiplayer game. This is a fighting game. The intent of this is to be playing it with other people. Like, why would you again put the kibosh on this when like you're cutting off all these other countries, which is putting more restrictions on it? You're going to need to sign into PlayStation Plus in order to even access this game. Why would you want to do that, especially with all the other problems that we're seeing, and we'll get into in a little bit.
I was going to say, have they at least given a veiled reasoning as to why this is? Because I saw that this is happening, but I didn't find any information as to why.
I mean, the only thing I could... Oh, go ahead, Wizard.
No. Go ahead. I got to find it.
The only thing I can think of is I do know that Sony was, a few weeks ago, they were saying that all their games, you needed to check online to so that they could verify your identity and that you were and you had a valid license. Particularly if you think about what they're doing in the UK and restricting what games are being played by whom and requiring you to scan a QR code so you can basically scan your face or upload your ID via that QR code to PlayStation. I'm assuming that they're just being extremely overly compliant, way more than they need to, because they're just gathering data. They're data mining.
And Kype Cole, to address your comment, where you say that on the panel we're forgetting that Sony is doggedly jealous on anything concerning crossplay. To be fair, I actually haven't forgotten that. I initially thought that maybe that had to be part of it, but games like this live and die on the multiplayer and on the community. Fighting games in general do. There's a reason people aren't playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but they are still playing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, despite that being the older game. These things live and die based on community. And so to limit your community, which will inherently limit sales because of when it comes to this sort of game, is the dumbest move that even a prideful company like Sony could possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at the numbers that Helldivers 2 did, massive numbers, massive success.
Almost all saved
now
by
here
PC,
you have,
by the way,
which was exactly. And then we fast forward to this, and it's like, okay, well now it's a fighting game from a very reputable company that people really, really like, that Sony funded in the same way that Sony funded Helldivers to be produced. That was the deal. It's like, we'll give you the money to make this game, but then we pretty much own the game. Like, that's the deal. But then also this has the Marvel IP attached to it. This game is a moneymaker. You've got a perfect storm of success here. But the problem is Sony doing what Sony always does is, and I think Sevvy said it, it's their data harvesting. This is a data harvest. You need to be on our infrastructure. Many of these countries here that you see in this list, many of these countries you cannot even buy a PlayStation in. You cannot buy a PlayStation 5 there. Why wouldn't you try to get free money from these countries?
Yeah.
Put the game on Steam.
They should. Probably because they make more money grabbing your data and then selling your data. If you look at the terms of service,
they can't grab their data if you can't get a PS5 in that country.
But they can create an account. They don't need to have a PlayStation 5. They can always just create an account.
So
Like online.
that is a problem because in many of these countries, PlayStation, the creating a PlayStation account doesn't exist because because PlayStation doesn't have any kind of legal nexus there. So there is no PlayStation Plus account you can make. There is no PlayStation login you can make for, I'm just going to take one like Belize, for instance. That's maybe there is, but as an example. And because of that, if they can't make PlayStation accounts over there, if we can't like have these people log into our infrastructure, we're just not even going to sell our games there, which is so absurd.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this
that's
list.
ridiculous.
And
I agree, that's ridiculous.
I'm looking at this list. You know what I'm seeing is not on here, country-wise?
What?
Anything in the east part of Asia, South Korea, Japan, the places where these fighting games have a huge FGC fund. Oh, I didn't realize that wasn't the whole list. Okay, hold on. Let's
Oh no, I had to scroll down.
Yeah, North Korea's there.
North Korea makes sense. But I see no South Korea. I see no China. I see no Japan. Again, so it like they're obviously being like the places that have a strong FGC presence.
There's just a lot of Middle East
where these fighting games and there's actual communities and scenes where there's money to be made. Those aren't on this list.
Yeah,
I guess the difference now is this is strategic. This isn't a mistake. This is strategic. They didn't put out a notice about this. They didn't put out any announcement. This came from people looked at the Steam DB chart that we're looking at right now, and we're like, oh, wait a minute, this is the same problem Helldivers had. But they pulled the rug out on Helldivers after the game had already shipped.
Mm-hmm.
So they're leading into this being like, hey, we're Sony, and
weren't they forced to correct the Helldivers thing, by the way? That lasted for all of 2 weeks or a month or something, and there was so much pushback they opened it up, or am I misremembering?
That's what they're trying to get in front of. So there was massive pushback because the game had already come out and the game had shipped to all these places because many of these countries have Steam. Steam is in these countries.
Yes.
That's right.
Steam.
Yeah. It was like a solid month it was a solid bit of time, and then they introduced it, which is why it was such a giant backlash, was because it was already like, what do you mean I need to now do this? We've been playing it for X amount of weeks already. Why do we have to do this now?
Yeah. Yeah. So you had all these people that bought the game, have been playing the game, and now they're being told they don't have access to their purchase because of a third-party license after they bought the game on Steam. So, I mean, that's a serious problem. But, I mean, look, this is just getting us started with the Sony controversies because holy crap, we're barely scratching the surface. This one is them being just mask off about how terrible they are.
Yeah.
But, my friends, it gets worse. So...
Gets worse.
It always gets worse, particularly with Sony. Yeah, everything I'm looking at here basically says they could, the only thing that people could buy a PlayStation product, but the problem is there is no PlayStation Network support for the PlayStation or anything else. And the article I'm looking at, it's explaining that the reason is not sanctions. You could make the argument for it's not being sold in Russia, North Korea, Iran, and Syria because of sanctions, but all the other countries don't have that rationale. So it's really not about that. It's just more they don't want to make it accessible.
And they don't want to make it accessible because you want this very popular, well-made fighting game with Marvel characters? You can get it on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
That's it.
Of course.
They're going to make it. They're going to make it complicated for you to get these games digitally. I'm still I'm surprised that it's even going to Steam, but I do think that many games will not be going to Steam in the near future. And Marvel Tokon was preset.
I don't think they had a choice in it going to Steam because, again, ArcSys is a third-party developer that doesn't have any. They're not owned in any way by Sony. Like Sony may help fund this particular game, but there's no actual they're not a subsidiary of Sony or anything like some of their a lot of their other games, like things made by Ubisoft, for example. So I don't think Sony really had a say in that. Now that being said, my thought process here is that let's say the PS5 was doing numbers like the PS2, because PS2 was the highest selling console of all time for years until the Switch actually. If PS5 was selling like that, I bet they wouldn't be doing this. Like, this is just purely as a Sony is openly acknowledging that they see the risk that PC poses to their platform. Xbox has either already accepted it and changing things, or they're in denial still, really not sure which. But like Sony now sees the writing on the wall. The PC numbers between 2020 and now have increased by notable percentages every year, year on year. So this is a real risk for Sony.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact is that more people play games in PC than consoles combined, right? And with the statement that was made on PlayStation, when it looks like they're trying to shift to, well, the PlayStation is everything. You can put PlayStation in everything. So they're going with the whole Xbox is everything under, like, anything can be an Xbox. It seems to be they're going towards that shift to try and compete with PC. I don't think they're making the right decisions. I think they should have learned from Xbox. I think they are fucking up.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, and this is like an appetizer story leading us into the big story of the week that I know we've all been covering here from the PlayStation blog. Physical disc production ending in January of 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. Guys, first impressions on this before we get into the details.
This is probably the most angry, in terms of all the gaming news we've covered in like the last 2-3 years. This is probably the most angry I've been since Sweet Baby Inc. stuff first started.
This
doesn't hurt gamers. Well, I mean, obviously it does, but it's so much more than that. Like, I'm a political junkie. I'm a political hound. This is a complete attack on the concept of ownership that goes far deeper than gaming.
Well, I think it's more than that. I mean, I think that they have been slowly conditioning gamers to, you don't owe anything and you will be happy about having no ownership. And this is just, again, one more step, because first it was like, I understand why they do physical games, digital games. And it was like, well, you have some of the game, but then you have to download the entire game when you have a physical disc, right? So like if you had a PlayStation, you would put it in, but then you still have to download a bunch of it because not everything in the game was in the CD anyway, right? And then they moved from that to, well, I'm just going to give you a code. Nintendo doing we're just going to price digital games cheaper than the physical key card, and then just moving to this. It's like, you know what, we're just completely going to exit out. I remember I was really mad when they got rid of the disc CD on PCs, because I liked having the CD and putting the games in, or being able to watch the physical like movies and put them in, and you had to find something external. And now they're getting rid of that in PlayStation, right? Because I had my PlayStation so I could watch movies that I still have. It's just, they're getting rid of everything that we have, and it's only going to keep getting worse. And the fact that they had the audacity to basically just come out and say, you know what, we're going to completely nix it out, I think it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
I mean, I think I brought this up on SNH last week. I don't remember if that's where I brought it up or not. But in 2016, at a World Economic Forum speech, the at the time CEO of Philips, the tech company Philips, we all know them. They made MP3 players and CD. We all remember Philips. Straight up said in his speech, we want to reject the idea that you need to own things when I, as the IP holder, can maintain ownership and lease you the benefits of it. That way we can both be happy. You don't, and I can pull up the exact quote, but the paraphrase version was, people don't really want to own things. They just want the benefits of it. So what's wrong with me continuing to own and then you just paying for the benefits? Like that is, that is easy slippery slope to communist ideology. And of course, again, we're talking World Economic Forum speech in 2016.
And it's even crazier because, and this came on the heels of PlayStation getting rid of a bunch of movies that people paid for, and PlayStation just removing them, and then games that people paid for, and they just removed it. Because, of course, they said, hey, you signed the terms of service that said this is just a license, and we can get rid of it whenever we want. And now they're just proving everything that I've been saying all along. It's like when you have a license, it's just a temporary license. You don't own it. And people, they used to say, well, like it's fine. I mean, I can just play it whenever I want to. But PlayStation pulled the rug under many people. When Apple has done this, because Apple has removed a lot of movies and TV shows from their catalog. Apple keeps it for you if you paid for it. How do I know this? Because Apple has removed many movies and TV shows that I bought, but I still have access to them and I can still watch them. They just removed them from the catalog.
Yeah,
so
delisting is different than taking away something that you
but
purchased.
Sony removed it completely outright. And based on that, what they were basically saying is like, well, we legally can do this because you just bought a temporary license from us. We are the ones who own it, not you.
Yeah. So I found the exact quote. In circular economy business models, I would like products to come back to me as the original designer manufacturer. And once you get your head around that notion, why would I actually sell you the product if you're primarily interested in the benefit of the product? Maybe I can stay the owner of the product and just sell you the benefit as a service. Frans van Houten, CEO of Philips, World Economic Forum 2016.
Yep. You will own. Why does this keep coming up with Sony specifically? Like even Xbox isn't as hostile about this as Sony is.
Right?
Oh my God, Nintendo has everything vaulted and they're nasty about it, but at least they released their games.
And this isn't to give Nintendo a pass.
I don't know.
This isn't to give Nintendo a pass, but with Nintendo, it is IP protection, which I still think is ridiculous. Japan doesn't have a concept of fair use, but like with Nintendo, it is proprietary products and IP protection. Disney has done that frankly since any of us were even born. We've all heard of the infamous, the Disney Vault, things like that. What Sony is doing doesn't even it's not IP protection. So I don't know any what reason this could be beyond ideological. I don't want to turn this into a conspiracy theory show, but I can't find any other reason beyond ideological and forcing a different worldview.
So when it comes to these movies, Sony has to pay a licensing fee to sell them. They have to pay stock, like more or less stocking fees, but it's not really stocking fees. There would be another name for it. But essentially, Sony is paying to host these movies on their store. Like it's part of an arrangement. So by them removing these 500 movies, they're cutting ties with these not only production companies, but these distribution companies. So they're cutting ties with, I think it's Warner Brothers that has, like, it's mostly like one particular company. So, Terminator, for instance. Yeah, Terminator, Sharknado, RoboCop, Dead of Night, Evil Dead, whichever company makes these, and I wish I should know, but I don't.
I don't. Evil Dead would have been not Miramax. Fuck, I know who does.
You see what I mean? Like it's one of those. It's one of those. But that's their ending ties with that company, and then no longer selling those movies, and then not having to ever pay royalties or anything for the people playing the movie having bought it on their store.
And it's one thing to like. I'm sure everybody on the panel, except for maybe Sevvy, knows the movie Dogma, right? Kevin Smith's movie Dogma.
Of course.
That movie for many, many years, you could only get on DVD and it was incredibly expensive. It never got like a Blu-ray update or anything because there was licensing issues. Now, not making an updated version or putting out a Blu-ray release due to licensing issues is one thing because you could still purchase the DVD on the secondhand market. And I've got my copy just sitting over there because it's a great movie. But at no point when it was anybody like, oh, well, this movie's going through licensing issues, so we're going to send the Pope over to your house to confiscate your Dogma DVD. The destruction of the secondhand market is there's nothing. I don't know how to fight against that or how to be like, yo, this is something that needs to be fixed because these companies don't want a secondary market.
They don't because they want complete control. And there have been what's been very nice is all of the people posting, and I know Kate has been doing it, and a couple other people we know have been doing it, posting like Amazon and Walmart listings for games. And it's like, hey, Astrobot, $32. Hey, God of War Ragnarok, $45. And then you look at the listing for that game on the PlayStation Store, and it's full price, $60 or $70. It's like, that's insane, right? And that is what they're taking away. If Sony is successful with this and they don't feel the pinch of a boycott, they don't feel the pain of customers fighting back or like giving up on PlayStation, which is what everybody should be doing right now. Everybody
needs to do it.
Abandon PlayStation. Like our lives depend on it, because as far as gaming is concerned,
we
kind of do.
They do. Our lives do depend on this. This is a huge shift.
It's just so difficult to do, to produce a boycott when, like, in my example, I don't purchase from Sony anyway. I'm not a console gamer, right? So, like, there's nothing really more that anecdotally that I could do. So, I already didn't buy a PS5. I already don't buy Sony products in general. So, like, I can, retweet about it and make videos and stuff. But how do you get the people that actually are these, Sony fanboys, these ponies, actually out there and be like, oh yeah, this is an actual issue?
And what's crazy is, like, if we, in the fine print here, this transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028.
Shit, Sherlock. Like,
yeah, that's retarded. That's a retarded statement.
But there's something to be said about that, right? Because God of War Ragnarok, for instance, they're still printing that.
Yeah.
They're still printing those games. They're still restocking when companies are when distributors are, or when storefronts are buying more of them. Like, there's not a fixed amount of Ragnarok out there. There's not a fixed amount of Astrobot. Essentially, Sony is still producing those, but now they're going to stop producing them. So boom, right there. And that is why, like, retro games have shot up in price like crazy right now. And which is insane, because it's not necessarily about them. But that is why getting physical even PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 games is going to be hard to do. Well, it's going to be more expensive because they're legitimately stopping everything.
Yeah.
It's this line here is bullshit. It's a lie. It has no impact on games that are already released. Bullshit. You're going to stop printing those.
Let me juxtapose this to you. Do you know when the last PS2 game, like, it was actually disc printed and shipped? Do you know what year it was?
I don't.
2014. Remind you, the PS3 came out in 2006, but they kept making new content for the PS2 all the way to 2014. That was 12 years ago. Like, that's how far Sony's fallen in just a 12-year time gap. They went from continuing to support the PS2 8 years into the life cycle. 6 years into the life cycle. No, it was 8 years of the PS3 to now they're just taking away all your physical ship, period.
Yeah.
It was 2013 the PS4 shipped.
Was it really that long? 2013?
It was 2013.
Yeah, last game for PS2 was FIFA 2014 in 2014, and they put it out on PS2.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is all right, so this is like the introduction to, I mean, this is like first course, because it gets worse here. So now the kickback from this is that everybody's been going crazy trying to get access to disk drives, because remember, they've been shipping all of these consoles digital only or without disk drives. You got to buy the disk drive extra. And now the demand is so high that Sony is limiting PS5 disk drive purchases to one per order amid surging demand. And allegedly, it's being reported now that they know about it, that Sony is aware of the increased demand, but they don't necessarily have a plan on how to handle it. So now,
well, it's funny because there's two things about this. One, if there's an increased demand, that should tell Sony that clearly people still want physical discs, but Sony's not going to care about that. They've already started this plan. They're probably going to continue it. But also, the reason there's it's not that they don't know how to handle it. Maybe they don't know how to handle it. But the secondary issue is that if the reason they're limiting it to one per person is so that they don't have scalpers on the market, because, like we said earlier, they hate the fact there's a secondary market. Like, if someone out there could buy 5 PS2s with a disk drive, Sony gets that, whatever the cost of 5 PS2s, I meant PS5s, whatever the cost of 5 PS5s would cost, Sony gets that flat rate. And then that dude out there sells 4 of those 5, keeps one for himself for a notable markup because there is a demand for it. Sony says, "Oh, that's money on the table," because the people that are that could have bought from us are now going to buy from that scalper. Like, this is a bed you made yourself, and now you're trying to cut out the secondary market because of your own fuck up.
Yeah. But what's interesting here is, okay, yeah, the demand is up, and yeah, we've got all the scalpers involved, and that's okay. But all of this is coming from data, right? And you guys have seen the charts saying that Sony doesn't sell physical hardware or software anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody just buys digitally now. Well, that's a crock of crap. So the Insomniac leak strikes again. An Insomniac leak revealed the real ratio of physical and digital PlayStation sales. Recent claims that digital versions of games account for 78% of total PlayStation console sales have been taken out of context. This statistic includes numerous indie titles and older games that are exclusively available digitally, significantly distorting the overall picture. To objectively assess true demand, it's necessary to consider major releases that will release simultaneously on physical media and in digital stores. So we actually have direct graphic here. This is somebody put this together.
Wow.
So this is from the Insomniac leak. Everything that they've been saying has been bullshit. So God of War Ragnarok, 76% physical, still 24% of Ragnarok sales. Like, that's 76% physical?
More than 3/4.
Jesus.
It's 1% more than 3/4.
Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, 63% were physical sales. Astrobot, 55% physical. Spider-Man 2, 54. Assassin's Creed Mirage, 49. That's an Assassin's Creed game. No one cares. Resident Evil 4 Remake, 45% physical. So
and by the way, because I can't speak to a lot of these others, Resident Evil 4 Remake, 45% physical. Again, that's a game that I don't know about the rest of these. Actually, mostly sold on PC. It didn't do super hot on consoles, period. The Resident Evil games have been being carried by PC since at least the Resident Evil 4 Remake, but I think as far back as the Resident Evil 2 Remake.
So what this means is all of the reportings of, oh my gosh, we have overwhelming digital software is being sold digitally. Well, that's because it's digital software.
Yeah,
but if we look at
like the number one game, I believe, was Fortnite. You can't get Fortnite physically for fucking PlayStation 5. So yeah, obviously it's going to be the number one digital thing. That's the only place.
This means that the whole narrative has been a lie. The whole positioning has been a lie.
But also furthering that, Leon mentioned where he thinks it's probably ideological what they're doing. It now adds to that level of, they've been skewing the facts to try and push this forward. This has been a setup for a long period of time now. This move to being a digital-only space has been something that's been in their cards. It's been something they've been going on for now years. So it adds to that level of like, this isn't like, hey, we as a company, we think it'd be, more, financially wise for us to switch to digital. No, it reads as, this is a power grab. This is a control grab. It's more than just like, business is going to be cheaper if we do it this way. It's like, no, this is now, there is a level of malice that you can attribute to this.
Well, and it's interesting you say that, Tom, because moves like this, they don't just happen overnight. Like, if you're talking about suspending production of physical assets, you plan shit like that out. For a global multi-billion-dollar conglomerate like Sony, that is years in advance of prep work. So, I mean, this was probably in the works. I mean, what would you guess? 2022 with the, give or take? Is when they started.
I would say 20s. I would say I have a theory that this probably came down to when they first introduced having a digital-only console. Why else would you have released the PS5 with two versions if this was not the play from the get-go of, like, PS4 era? What, like, realistically, why would it would have made more sense if you were going to, like, it was the like with the analogy of the frogs in the boiling water. You start to turn it up a little bit, but they don't notice it. It's the frog pot. That the PS5 releasing with a digital only version was the turning up of the heat. That's where it really started. And it's
marketed as, this is the more cost-effective version for the consumer. It's blatant lie of it being more consumer-friendly in your face.
Literally, last week, we joked about it this week on Wednesday. It's like we called that they were going to do this. But I remember saying, what we may be looking at is PS6 is going to be digital only, and they'll sell a disc drive as a secondary item that they're going to charge whatever for, and that's how they're going to accommodate the physical medium. No, they're actually just cutting out the middleman entirely. They're just
Yeah.
going straight to,
Yes.
well, we're just not going to do physical, period. We're dropping it entirely. It is now you can now only get through digital.
Which
Well,
again,
and
that's
there's-
the
It's
concept
just
of ownership.
disappointing.
I would say also with like specifically with the games that are listed here, majority of the games that are higher physical numbers are Sony exclusives. Jedi Survivor you can get that on all consoles, so it would make sense that hey, it's not going to be primarily physical because it's like, oh, you can get it anywhere. There's less of that incentive for it being digital or physical. God of War Ragnarok is your PlayStation exclusive. It's something that you'd want to have the disc for. You're completely now cutting that market out entirely.
Well, and it gets, guys, it gets worse. There's another layer to this
but
one.
before
But wait,
we go
there's
further,
more.
Even
Is there
Yes.
any point in this stream you're gonna say, but it gets better?
Well,
'Cause
yes,
I
when we get
didn't
back to
know
the
what to keep
people.
myself for.
Oh my god.
This is
I'm not sure.
This is like an evil Billy Mays infomercial. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more.
It gets even worse. Great.
Yeah, it gets.
I can't wait.
It gets certainly interesting. Here we go. Sony is shifting the EU disc factory to optical micro lenses production.
Wait,
so
okay,
that means
Oh, yeah, I saw
I'm
that.
not super tech wizardy. Like, what's a micro lens? I'm actually asking.
well, so I figured because I've heard that it could go to different things, so I don't fully have. I don't know exactly what it's for because you could use this for a couple of different things.
Okay.
So Sony is winding down its PlayStation disc production in Europe. Its factory in Austria, once a disc powerhouse, is being repurposed to produce optical micro lenses instead. This plant churns out 600,000 discs daily. Half of those discs are PlayStation game discs. Oh my gosh, dude, that's
300.
that's-
or sorry, 30, was that 600,000 or 60,000?
600,000.
So 300,000 PlayStation discs are being made per day.
Oh.
Now, again, God of War, that was 76% physical. How is this not clearly something that's obviously in demand?
So my understanding is that the micro lenses are for the older PlayStations and not for the PlayStation 5. In terms of like the discs.
Well, because it depends on if it's being used for a player or is it being used for like a camera. So that's what I'm trying. I don't know which one because it would
Which
be
Sony is
camera
huge in the
pieces,
camera market as well. So
because Sony's and to their credit, Sony makes dynamite cameras. They do and they're super
true.
expensive, but they make. If I didn't have everything Canon, like I have Canon cameras, I would absolutely get Sony because it is actually worth it when it comes to cameras. So Sony expects disc production there to fall to just 10% of. So that means, and this is something not enough people are talking about. This is going to kill discs too for movies.
Yes.
Movies are blue because it's the same discs. The same disc that powers a game is the same one that has the 4K movie on it. So movies are dead too.
Yeah.
Yay! Your friends at Sony are really looking out after you.
Japan, I know you guys are celebrating the 4th, but if you see this, can we please get the sequel to Godzilla -1 real quick before 2028? I need a physical of that at
We
least.
need the physical copy.
So Sony has invested $30 million, or really $34 million, into this transformation. The investment covers new manufacturing technology to support optical microlens production. Mass production of these microlenses could start as early as next year, which would tie into. Okay, well, also think about it. They're going to be incentivizing their own games to no longer make physical editions as well.
Yeah.
I think I talked with Hypno about this on stream a couple days ago. I said I don't think Final Fantasy Revelation is going to get a disc. I think it's not.
Bro,
they're not going to have a disc edition.
Granted, I don't play those dumbass Final Fantasy remakes because they're awful. But assuming I did, that would drive my OCD fucking nuts to have the first two physical and then not have the third. Oh my god, that is. I'm like thinking about it. It makes me uncomfortable.
They are going to shit. I'm putting a bet on it that I think Final Fantasy VII Revelations is not going to have a PlayStation 5 disc. Will they have an Xbox disc? I don't know.
But that would be just as bad. You'd have like 1, 2 PlayStation, and then 3 next to it is Xbox. Like, I don't even like when games have sequels on a different console because it throws off the size ratio on my shelf for my collection. Like, because I have to
That's hilarious.
Do I put all PS2 games and all PS3? Do I do them in alphabetical order? But sometimes that means the numbers would like, oh, this is driving me crazy.
It's a really good question that just came up here. Fake Wizard, Sony isn't the only company that makes Blu-ray discs for movies, but it's definitely going to contract. So they're not they're not the only one that make the discs, but who owns the Blu-ray? Sony does.
Yeah.
So Blu-ray discs are Sony branded discs. So it's a licensing thing to produce those discs. Like that's part of the conversation. There's many more nuances that maybe I don't know about because I need to read into it more, but Sony owns Blu-ray discs. Might remember Microsoft had HD DVD, and that one lost the fight.
Yeah.
HD DVDs don't do anything now. Sony's move is no surprise here. Okay. Optical micro lenses are tiny components that focus and direct light in very small spaces. Marcus Strebel, who leads micro optics at Sony DADC, explains these lenses serve to miniaturize optical systems. This is a strategic pivot away from physical media towards optics technology. Yeah, but what's it going to? That's the difference. That's what I want to know. What are those drives for? So Sony's move is no surprise. It stopped making recordable Blu-ray discs in January 2025 and discontinued Blu-ray recorder hardware the following month. Digital sales now dominate. About 80% of PlayStation purchases are digital, but we just went through that. That's not entirely
right.
That's
true.
not
Like,
accurate.
what are those 80%? Like, what is the 80%? Let's see. I think everything just covers more of the digital media here. But so that's the deal now. So they're pulling away from making discs, and now it's all going to be for these optical drives. Though I think we're going to need to figure out what they're exactly for. But man, I don't know, dude. What are we supposed to do? Sony is gone full mask off. They're totally evil.
Now, I will say, because I've seen a lot of folk on X be like, oh, I blame Rockstar for this. Oh, I blame guys, this has been the pipeline for so long. And I'm not trying to give Rockstar a pass. I'm vehemently anti Grand Theft Auto 6. But like this is a far larger, like kind of like how people are like, oh, blame Frost for the failure of G4. Nah, that shit was gonna fail no matter what. That was not. It's funny to laugh about and meme about, but this is just pure. I mean, like you said, Sony being evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all sorts of level crazy.
Well, there is one more, but I don't want to get to that yet. We got to get back to the people. It's been too long.
Should we do gift of games?
We could do. We got to get back to supers, and we got to do gift of games. Let's do that.
Wait, where'd you get that piano?
Before we do, can I tell a story real quick? Just because I don't watch SpongeBob, I don't like it, so I've never seen that clip before. One time I was hanging out with my buddy in high school, and his drunk uncle was over there, and we were musicians, so he was playing on the keyboard. His drunk uncle was laying on the bed, and he just goes, "Hey, hand me that piano!" Like about an electronic keyboard. It just reminded me of that. I thought that was great. Hand me that piano will forever be in my mind.
There are a whole bunch of like SpongeBob memes. SpongeBob as a show could get annoying sometimes, but there's always a meme to be found in every episode.
Early on, at least.
That's what's good about it.
Very early on. The first 2 seasons, every episode has something you could use.
Right. All right, let's get to these supers here, and then we'll do some gifted games.
Spectre for a 2-banger. Fake guild.
Fake guild. The problem is every time I have fake in something, people put their their nose up at me, and they're like, "That is such a stupid name."
Well, not only that, but like I think people need to understand. Like when we talk about the Fellowship, the Bigot Army, like the Vital Idols, it's always addressing the members of the community, not really us or not. It's got to be something that.
What if you just have the real
audience?
What if you say the real guild? Is there the real ones?
The real guild.
Guild is a good word to use, isn't it? We could work with guild. I don't think fake is straying away maybe from the fake part, but the guild could be something we work with. We got to see.
The only way we can make guild work is if there's enough of us that do enough, not cosplay, but bad, like cringe LARPing, like at one time.
To be fair, I cringe LARP as a professional YouTuber.
You know what I mean? Like if we were to go to like we went to Siege, and if we were all dressed in like medieval World of Warcraft style crap, like then we could be the guild. Otherwise, I don't know. That's a toughie.
I would do that. By the way, is anybody else cosplaying at Siege? Because I'm on the fence whether I'm going to or not. I try cosplay at like every con, but also it's like a professional event, so I don't know if I should.
It's professional, but like not that. You could absolutely cosplay if you want.
I'll probably bring like a cosplay from one day.
Have a Sonic
like
onesie,
video game cosplay.
Oh my god, I have a Sonic onesie too. Tom, you are now my new best friend.
And they're both gonna show up with their Sonic cosplay. I said
cosplay, not be a furry. There's a big.
Well, it's too late. They're already they already bonded. This is what happened. This is what they're gonna do now. I'm scared.
It's too late.
Gilgamesh for a 2-banger. My video has murder, cannibalism, and 2 twist endings. Well, hold on there, Shyamalan. Thank you for the 2-banger, buddy. Xavier with a 2-banger. Wizard, not a twink. Bro, his stats into strength.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I think your stats would go into wisdom more than anything else, actually. Wisdom and intelligence.
Maybe. I'd like to think charisma, but that's just not true.
No, you don't get over 100K on YouTube without charisma, to be fair. So, like, yeah, I will say strength is probably your dump stat for sure.
But
you're tall, but you're lanky.
His strength stat was a racial bonus.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, that's funny.
That makes sense.
Binge it then with a 2-banger. Sony just want to be a dead company. Well, they don't want to be, but that's frankly, I don't even think that's what happening.
It may not be for too long.
That Don Otaku with a 2-banger. Fake Vital Wizards or just Vital Wizards. Well, no, because I mean it's more than just me and
it's more than just us. That's the thing. It's got to be more than us. Like LawTube has LawTube, and it's just like all of the lawyers are. Oh, you're a lawyer on the internet. Like Sevvy's part of LawTube.
Binge them with a 2-banger. I just want Tekken 5 on PC. There's ways to do it, my friend. It might not be on Steam, but there's ways to have it on PC. El Murmoff with the 2-banger. You also saw Sony TOS on inactive PSN after 36 months. Yep. I think we'll be covering that as well, won't we?
Yeah, spoilers, dude.
But wait, there's more.
And you thought we were done with Sony. Psych.
4th of July celebration. Hey, here Sony has gone full mask off evil.
And if you call right now, we can add in this too.
Actually, if you call in now, we can take away this too. Mushu for a 5-banger. Name should be something like from Parks and Rec, Mouse Rat or Scrotation Marks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's bad.
Scrotation Marks? That would be something that this community decides is a good name. Like we would work really hard to come up with a name, and then like the chat is just gonna be like, no, they're the Scrotation Marks, and it's like you can't escape it.
Frieza Max, the 5-banger. Oh, fuck, someone's gonna clip me saying this. I'm a simp and proud. I'm a simp and I'm proud.
Thank you, Frieza Max.
Matt Trotter with a 5-banger. Fake Wizard. After watching your videos on Sony, I sold my PS5 and ordered myself a PC based. Big thanks for the push needed to get out of their system. Well done, homie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I just got my gaming rig set up, and and it's a pre-build. And Cassie's not here to yell at me. I know she hates gamers that get the pre-builds, and I've had problems with it, but I could play games now. Like I could play any game now. And it loads fast, and I have no problems.
Know
it looks
can't play
beautiful.
any game on PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, making your own PC can be hard. I mean, look at what happened to Keita. He could have fucked it up really, really badly. Could have gone so bad. He was lucky he didn't destroy his PC, So it's not for everybody.
Shout out to Keita. And shout out to Atreus, who's playing Slay the Spire 2 right now.
Is he still?
I don't know. I have to check.
I haven't checked.
St. Hugo with a 2-banger. DRM is the actual issue. It's one of many, and it is a big one, I would agree.
It is a very big problem. And hey, look, Steam is not off the hook with that. They are technically a DRM. Hey, this is Hypno and I talked about this. GOG should be cranking up the marketing right now.
I was saying the same thing. Like this, what is happening right now is a gold mine marketing opportunity for GOG.
Yeah, it is.
They're dropping the ball bad. They should hire a bunch of interns. I said they should be reaching out to people like us, like small time creators, big time creators, shorts creators, and just be all right. Hey, whatever the marketing budget is that we have for this year, we got to add more to it and crank it up right now because the sky's the limit. Like the window is wide open, and people like we saw in the supers. Like I'm a living example of this. I just moved to PC as my main platform for gaming. Like fully officially. Okay, GOG, sell me something. I'm here to buy.
Yeah, I found out about GOG, not from them or their marketing. One of my viewers told me about it in around the time I first started streaming. So we're talking like 2022, 2023. I was complaining that the classic Resident Evil games, or maybe it was classic Duke Nukem. It was some game wasn't on Steam, and they're like, "Why don't you go to GOG?" And I was like, "What the fuck is GOG?" And like, good old game. Like I was like, "Oh," so I found out from a random fucking chatter. GOG doesn't know how to market.
Yeah, they should do more.
Maybe it'll be after we do Siege, we should put together like a formal request, contact GOG. Like I think that's a great idea. Should do that.
Oh yeah,
we should do like a collective. Like we could do a whole marketing campaign and be like, hey, here is a collective of like content creators who have signed this letter to you to get your ass in gear. I think that would go viral, number one.
I would love to do
that.
Akin to like a stop killing games kind of scenario, and like it's.
I think we need to. I think we actually need to. I think we need to.
Here's our petition to tell GOG.
Dear GOG, try harder, please. Sincerely, the Chuds.
Adero Soto with a 10-banger. Sony is not going to wait. They already started doing it, restarting their company for making Autocar and retaining them. They're not going to wait until 2028. They're wrapping in quickly. Yeah, so I actually wanted to ask your opinion on this, Wizard, because I think the same thing. That 2028 is more of a guideline, but if they can push it out sooner, they will. I think they're actively probably trying to do that.
Oh yeah, I think that's we're just going to see less and less games ship with physical editions. Or if they do, they're empty boxes. But those discs, there's going to be less and less and less and less of those discs. Or we're gonna see they sell out sooner. The game sell. That's going to be the first tell is when we get like. I don't think it's going to be Wolverine. I think it'll be after because they've already been printing discs for Wolverine.
Even Insomniac was like, "Hey, it's coming out physically."
Well, yeah. But that's been padded, right? Everything for this year has been padded. And I'm telling you, I think it's going to be Final Fantasy because that's the first like super AAA release of the year of next year. And I think that's where we're going to start to see the strain.
I think the tell is we're going to have a game that is going to be like how Pokopia was for the Switch a physical edition where it's going to be, hey, they didn't print. That is going to be the tell is there's going to be like a little bit of an underrated game that's going to blow up. And then it's going to be, hey, there are no physical copies. This is how we see they're not printing anything anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's not super chat, but someone said in the chat a little bit ago, you can't sell GOG games, but digital does matter. Technically you can because when you buy from GOG, you're purchasing the game itself, not a license. You're purchasing the .exe. Hypothetically, you put that .exe file on a flash drive, sell that flash drive to someone, bingo, bango, bongo, they got the game. Now, that's not really a good way to do it. It's not exactly efficient, but it technically can be done.
Right.
Frieza Max with a 5-banger. If only I could understand what she's saying. I don't speak Chinese. It takes practice, Frieza. Trust me.
Wow.
Wow,
there you go.
Rude.
I love you, honey. I'm joking.
Wow.
Kamchi with a 5 banger.
Kamchi.
Oh, Kamchi. Thank you. Well, joke's on them since I never bought PS5 console, and I'm thinking of just let my PS5 account die since I only old DLC and barely any games on PS Plus. There's no games.
There is no games. There are no games.
There's
one or two
game in the entirety of the PS5's library I would consider, and that's Ratchet and Clank.
What? Are you guys forgetting about the hit this year, Sorrows? Come on, everyone needs to have Sorrows.
I had literally forgotten about Sorrows. Yes,
dude, I don't even care about platinuming that game now. Like, that's how little I care. I'm done with God of War Laufey killed PlayStation for me. It did. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay. All right, well, if I get PC, I can actually play games better on day one. I'm still upset about Crimson Desert. So, like, I could play, like, actual games now on day one, get a better experience for it, paying the same amount of money. Why wouldn't I do that? Oh, what am I missing? God of War Laufey. Yeah, no thanks.
Mitchell Fields with 5 banger. Whenever I hear the news on PlayStation, I just remember how Steam said, if we go out of business, you'll still have your games. Come on, PlayStation players. Steam is your friend. Yeah, again, Steam is fantastic. They're not without their issues in terms of like the bowing and kowtowing to the payment processors, the DRM, but they are the best platform amongst the big names.
Yes. For now, as long as Gaben is still around.
I'm so worried about what the company's going to turn. Like, people talk about how evil and awful Walmart is, and it is. Go back to when Sam Walton was alive. Walmart. I mean, the dude. Hey, he was a rootless businessman, but he cared. But he did give a shit. Like Sam Walton's my hero, or one of them at least.
Yeah, Sam Walton. He was a ruthless guy. But you read his books and stuff, and like his leadership style is you can learn a lot from that guy.
Oh yeah. El Mervoff with a 5 banger. Great aunt passed away, got $50K, about to make small investments in old games. First, getting the old PS3, third party. Debating about some PS1, 2, and 3 games. I mean, don't blow it all in one place. You can do a whole lot with that to invest in your future, but that's still a very cool thing to do. And if you can find a copy of Sweet Code 2, I would highly recommend it because it's very rare.
Look, to Leon's point there, that's quite a bit of money in a pretty rough economy.
That's true.
Take care of yourself first. But there's, if you want to pick up the hobby of like, scrolling on eBay and find it, like I used to just scroll through. I was collecting PS3 games that I never got, and I would find, it's like $10 with like free shipping. It's all right, great. You just put it in, wait and watch.
He also did say small. He said small investments.
Well,
fair enough.
I get he said small investments. Once you start realizing, due to the fact that like PS1 games, Nintendo 64 games, they are so old, there's so few copies left because they've been lost to time and whatnot. A lot of them bitches end up being a lot more expensive than you expect.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. That's a good point. But yeah, if you can put the money away and just not touch it and let it grow, that's gonna be way better.
Just Pick yourself up a copy of Viva Pinata before you can't.
Gilgamesh with a 2 banger. Soon, Leon, with be Sony only. I'm sure that read well in your native language.
That is foreboding.
I am so confused about what that even means.
El Repo with a 2 banger. You can't buy Digi-Games in other stores but PSN. Does anyone know what that means? Well, I'm not.
I'm not too sure. Like what? Like Digi? Digi could be digital or Digimon.
Like,
I assume
Digimon or digital. I thought
you
were
assuming
digital.
I have Digimon games from Steam.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like you're wrong no matter what.
Either way, thank you for the 2 banger.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Right, Slur, for a 2 banger. Do you remember HD VHS tapes? Was that a thing?
I don't remember that. No.
Don't remember. But I do remember HD DVD.
Dude, yes. Do you want to know what one of the very first HD DVDs ever printed was?
What?
Serenity. So it flopped twice.
Really?
Oh.
Serenity flopped in the theaters.
No.
Oh,
became one of the first HD DVDs. Serenity is one of the only movies I can think of that's a double flop, besides like Morbius.
Oh my god.
Dude.
I do have Serenity in
DVD. Timmy Brasher for a 5 banger. Eventually, you'll own nothing of entertainment that can't be recalled or changed. What are your thoughts on the audience making choices for films? Ooh, I'll just self-plug for a moment and say, Timmy, I talk about this a lot in my channel, so if you're not familiar, what up?
I think that there is a future, and unfortunately, we've seen it with Angel Studios as like the experiment. But eventually, you're going to find people that get $50,000 from somebody passing away as an inheritance, and then they'll start a company that is about funding, like collecting money, which is then put into creating new movies.
Okay, that's not what I thought you meant from
creators.
this message. By the way, your Angel Studios tweet about fuck you because the ending of Young Life, that was fucking hilarious. Just so you know, like, yo, you guys just donate money to a publicly traded company. Like I laughed my ass off when I saw that yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
No, I thought he was stating that like having audience have like actual say in how movies are made and created and stuff like that. And I personally hate that. If that is what you mean, like my thought process is artists should be able to do the art they want to do without any influence from big companies or their own audience, and then you let the free hand of the market decide. The writer for My Hero Academia basically let the fans bully him into rewriting the ending because they weren't satisfied with it, and I find that to be just like I think your art should be your art, and the free hand of the market should decide. That's simple.
Right. All right.
That's kind of how I took that too.
MDW Blackwolf for the 5-banger. The next step in the digital-only system is time-limited licenses that would force you to re-buy the licenses for the games you want to keep playing.
Renting games. Yep. That's where it's going. You're gonna try the Netflix and the Blockbuster approach.
Emo Lineal with a 2-banger. I got it. We're the real-life fake gooners. No, we are not. Actually, you know what? Maybe it's kind of base to be a fake gooner.
No.
Everybody's
Isn't
lying.
that better than being a real gooner? Isn't being a fake gooner better than being a real gooner?
I think being labeled anything having gooner in the title doesn't work. Like it doesn't pointing somebody out on the street, be like, that guy doesn't goon. Goon is still in the sentence. You know what? Someone's gonna look at him and go, I think this guy goons.
Yeah.
I think he's lying.
Emo Lineal with a 5-banger. Think positively. What's the alternative to all this? Consoles are too expensive. Games will be digital only. Companies hate us. PC is inflated. Well, I don't know what you mean by PC is inflated, but when you say what's the alternative, the alternative is PC. I mean, I don't really know. Wizard, what do you think? Or really?
PC is inflated, but it's only going to get worse. Okay, we are looking. Video games is. I remember seeing a clip from Dave Ramsey, who's like the investment guy from a couple like years ago. He's like, well, it's only going to get worse in housing. So if you want a house and you think it's too expensive now, don't wait because it's going to get worse. Okay, This is not financial advice at all like that. I'm just quoting Dave Ramsey. But when we look at gaming, that's exactly what's about to happen. So the prices we have now will go up by Christmas of this year.
And I guess when I say PC is not inflated, that's the wrong way, because you're right, it is, but it is still a more it is an investment that would pay off a lot faster and a lot easier because of the ease of access and everything you can do with it compared to a console.
We've talked about it on SNH last week, and we do it all the time, really. But okay, if the baseline now for consoles is $1,000, which it is. Okay, Either PS5 and Xbox Series X are moving to $1,000, or the next gen console will be $1,000+. Well, then that's our wiggle room. Is $1,000 anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000? So that's your play space. That's where you get to play. Start looking around. Start putting money aside for that. You got to start budgeting for it, because that's the future anyway. It's
like that scene in Back to the Future 2 when it's $200 for a Coke because inflation's gotten so insane. Do you remember that?
That's exactly what it is. So look, you can go to Costco and you can get the pre-builds. It could run you $1,500, $1,700, $2,000. I mean, I just bought a laptop recently, and that was close to $2,000, but I got it because it was a powerhouse. You got to figure out what you need. You don't need to spend $5,000 on a computer. You know, I think Hypno keeps saying like he spent thousands of dollars building his most recent tower. It's like, okay, well, he plays games but he also has to record footage for gaming. He also has to be able to stream while playing games. So like, yeah, he needs something that's super high end. We don't, right? We're just like, you and I are just playing games at home, right? So it's a little different.
Exactly. Yeah, my entire PC, I built mine for like 3,500, and it was because specifically it's like I need video rendering to be done in a snap because after I'm recording and do my editing and whatnot, I need it to render so I can post it. Like that was the main goal. Gaming was actually secondary, but because of the stuff I needed for rendering, it happened to also be really good for gaming.
Exactly. It's a great question.
Rongov for a 5-banger. For anyone looking to move from PSN to PC, great time to do it. Steam Summer Sale is still live. It's true. It's got 5 more days.
Awesome.
Yes, it is.
Benja then with a 10-banger. Am I wrong in thinking that capitalism is Darwinistic by nature? Getting rid of Blu-ray discs manufacturing just looks like an amputation to keep main organism alive, despite the outlook. Well,
ooh, I mean, that's a whole stream discussion on its
own.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a whole stream discussion. I would have to look into it a little bit further to figure out which angle you're coming from because I don't know which angle.
To me, this reads as like seeing it in a negative light, but to me, like Darwinism, it would be positive because again, it's all about when employed correctly. Yeah, exactly, adaptation.
Yeah,
as opposed to just removing the concept of adaptation. Which, by the way, what's going on with Sony and whatnot isn't capitalism. It's actually the antithesis to it. There is no free market. They're deciding for you as opposed to letting.
They're trying to create a monopoly, so you're only buying from them, and you have no choice but to buy from them.
And it would be a legal monopoly because there's 4 competitors. Well, Nintendo's a competitor, so we were not a monopoly.
Yeah.
But you're playing anti-consumer.
More than 4 competitors.
They are.
There's 4 competitors in the gaming space. Plus, Sony is in so many other tech avenues. They've got competitors in all those spaces as well.
Yeah.
Right. It's a very good question. I mean, the last thing I would say on that is we mistake these definitions as like, oh, well, capitalism is bad. Why? Because the corporations are bad. Okay, but the corporations are only able to be bad because they are empowered by people still buying shit from them. If the buying class was educated, we would be able to fight back.
And by regulations and other political moves that put that hamper the free market. So it's a 2-pronged attack.
Yes. That's a very good super there.
Yeah, thank you. Cheesytarian with a 5-banger. If we can call enough congressional policymakers, can we nuke Sony for their crimes against humanity? If not, can we start a GoFundMe? It is wild how many politicians have been calling out Sony.
Yeah.
Like from all over the world. Have you seen that?
I've seen a few, and it's great, but they need to start doing something about it.
Oh, yeah, they need to do something other than just complain.
Because when the super PAC gets a big endorsement, what are we supposed to trust?
Because unfortunately, it reads as, "Yes, fellow gamers, I am not happy about it too. Vote for me."
Yeah, but you're also not doing anything about it, And I think that's one of my tweets. Is like, okay, great, but like, what is being done about it? Particularly Brazil, who is notoriously like for companies and anti-consumers.
I get for me, it was more just like the fact that France, the president of France or whatever, is calling out. I'm like, I already hate the French. I'm loving Expedition 33. Stop giving me another reason to go be kind to the French. Vengeance then with a 2-banger. Epiphany. Micro lenses can be used for fiber optics. I don't know that that's true or not. So I don't know about you guys.
That might be beyond. That might be beyond us. But hey, if they're creating more technology for fiber, are we gonna get better internet connection?
I would say the U.S. is so behind. Our infrastructure fucking sucks. Oh, we got fiber optic internet. Yeah, fiber to the node. Then it's still copper into your house, you dumb twat. Like
that's right. We still we still run on copper.
El Mervat with a 2-banger. eBay. Only a few G's. Rest going to high yield savings. Oh, the rest is going to high yield savings. See, not financial advice, but I would.
There you go.
Good idea from my point of view.
Well, eBay, but then also if you're looking for games, Facebook Marketplace, you will probably find somebody getting rid of something that does not know its worth. I had a buddy who was able to get Pokemon White and Heart Gold for like $60.
That is awesome,
and it was because the guy did not know it was worth.
Don't sleep on Craigslist either. I know it sounds like such a boomer thing, but Craigslist, because it's mostly boomers that use Craigslist, you all see a lot of the same thing. I've gotten some banger deals on Craigslist.
Yes, take advantage of the single moms that don't know what they're selling. There you go.
Gilgamesh with a 2-banger. Leon will soon be a Sony digital code. Nah, dude, Sony wouldn't do that because I break every single Sony TOS. They wouldn't dare.
Wow.
Matt,
They got
stand
it
over
out
that
for you
10 banger.
tonight, brother.
Now that you mentioned Morbius, do you think maybe Sony is getting back at us for tricking them into releasing Morbius to theater?
No, but that's a great idea. There's a story there, man.
Like destroying the entire way to own games just as a petty get back at people for fucking memeing on Morbius is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Adena Soto with a 10 banger. Truly do not need digital rights than more consumer rights in this dark era. However, politicians are just arguing one another as always until the boomers or millennials, especially the boomer, in office.
Yeah. Having any politician go in to like create a new digital rights law is like it's the monkey's paw finger curling up because there's going to be something bad that comes with it.
Even if the law is initially a good law, just 10 years later it's amended when a new politician's in office. Like Benjamin with a 2-banger. Fake wizard fraud gang. Y'all are bad at this.
No, that's horrible.
Y'all are really... I mean,
that's not a good. No,
that inspires trust. Yeah, we're the frauds.
We're the frauds.
We're the fraud gang. Yeah.
Jason Nelson with a 2-banger. How is this different than SaaS and what Adobe says? SaaS. I'm not familiar with SaaS.
Software as a service.
SaaS. Okay. It's not a company. It's the concept. Gotcha.
Come on. I read a super chat, Matt. It was not me. Not super chat. I read a chat. Somebody suggested that, so I read it.
And by the way, it's not different. That's what I was saying when we very first started this discussion about the idea of people just basically leasing the service while the manufacturers and continue to hold the actual IP. Like it is a dangerous. The circular economy is a dangerous idea that only benefits at least communism light. Right. El Rebo with a 2-banger. PC entry price high, but games are cheap and many.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean that's a way to look at it. Look, that's the Steam sale.
Yeah.
My God,
Steam sales.
The amount of games that I've bought, it's crazy.
Super cheap right now.
Tiger King, remember for 3 months. Capitalism is a commie term. Happy 4th.
All right.
Okay.
Shout out
Timmy
Tiger
Brasher with a
King.
5-banger. Which heroes or older films would you want to see get video games? Shadow, Danny Phantom, 48 Hours, Extreme Prejudice. Oh, you guys got thoughts on this. Go for it because I know exactly what one I would want to see.
I would love to get a Shadow game.
But
it's similar to James Bond First Light, but better. Like the mechanics from that game, but fix them up and then put it in kind of a dark, a grittier. Like you take some, like the hit. It's just Hitman. Sorry, it's Hitman, but it's the Shadow. But like you're the Shadow, but with Hitman mechanics. That'd be cool.
Before Sev.
I know there already has. I already know this game is out there, but I hope that they just make it completely from scratch and just make it much better and more horror oriented. It will be The Thing.
Oh,
Thing.
I was gonna say Thing. Yeah.
Mine's not really a hero in particular, but like you would obviously play as the heroic character. But like I love the old like 1930s through 60s Universal monsters, and so I would like to see like the Universal monsters be treated with like proper care in modern gaming. So maybe you're like a detective trying to unravel the mystery of the Invisible Man, or maybe you play as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and you go through like a hero villain like dual fucking art. Like I would love to see something like that.
Yeah. Shout out. That's a good one.
Tom, did you have one, by the way? You didn't get to.
I was gonna say The Thing was on my mind too, but you know what? In the same style of Godzilla games, I'd love to see them do that with King Kong.
Oh, that's a great answer as well. The OG kaiju.
Yeah.
Gal Carry Mom, member for 9 months. Shout out, says Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to you too,
Happy
brother.
4th.
Happy for it.
Heck yeah.
Matt Funkel with a 2-banger. Fake Wizard Gang Clan. We cannot have clan in there either.
We can't have clan.
They're getting worse.
That sounds bad.
They're degrading it. It's like a Half-Life.
Sounds bad.
Wait, say that again, Tom.
What?
Say that again.
The late plug of Muddy Waters with a 2-banger. Tiger King forgot to add I hate commies. No, Tiger King would never say he hates something. He would say despise. Did I tell you guys he explained to me why he always says despise and not hate when I met him in Florida?
You met Tiger King in person?
Yeah, I met Tiger King in Florida. He was super cool, by the way. Tiger King's fucking awesome in real life. His online persona is hilarious because it's not like him in real. Well, it is, but you can actually get the tone and everything behind it. And like Tiger King is super Asian. And he's like, no, I never. Because I was like, oh, Tiger King, what up? You're the guy that hates everything. He goes, no, I don't hate things. I say I despise them because they are beneath me.
Oh,
I get it.
What? Based, yeah.
Not even worth my
There
energy
you go.
to hate them.
I get it. I get
I
it.
will never forget, like, just the look of Asian superiority when he said that to me.
I love it.
War Wizard with a 5-banger. Could call yourselves the left hand of gaming. You know, not the first choice, but he'll do the job in a pinch.
Woo. There you go.
Benjamin with a 5-banger. DJ MH is written for the perspective of Jekyll's friend in college. I don't recall any adaptation doing the story from that perspective. He could be the MC. That is a cool idea, but if I recall, like, doesn't he die at the end of the movie? Or is he one of the only ones that lives?
I'd
have to rewatch it.
That's a good question. All right, guys, let's get to gifted games, and it is the Steam Summer Sale. So I'm expecting you guys have a lot of them. If you guys haven't, drop your Steam. We're gonna put the Steam numbers in the chat. It should come up on all the channels, but I'll go through mine first here. So coming in from Old Man Jenkins says, I would give this to the blacks, but let's be honest, we all know them people don't know who their dads are or raise their own, so you're the logical choice for who's your daddy. Okay. Thank you. I'll accept that. And then Butterframed in Gold gives Far Cry 4 and says happy 4th. Thank you for that. Appreciate that very, very much. All right. Sevvy.
Yep. I don't have any Steam games. So I got Plague Inc. Evolved from Doombanger. How about this game where you can create your own Plague? Thank you. I will accept this. And then I got Viscera Cleanup Detail Gift. I guess it includes several different ones. Includes that one, Cleanup Detail Shadow Warrior, and Santa's Rampage. Boss of Leon. Boss of Leon. Oh, look, a 4-pack, and it's on Steam. It's a Steam sale. Ever wanted to clean up Black Mesa after Gordon left? Now you can, sort of. Has co-op too. Thank you, St. Hugo. Much appreciated. And I got Whispering Willows. Happy 4th from Butter Framed in Gold. Much appreciated.
Wow. Nice. Let's see here. Leon.
Yeah, shout out Butter Framed in Gold, says happy 4th. Gifted Black Desert. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was on my wish list. Pretty sure, isn't it in the same universe as Crimson Desert? Like, it's the prequel style thing. That's why
I think so. Yes.
Close. And then Butter Framed in Gold again. Fragile, shout out. Get pulled into the nightmares of realities. You play an abducted girl from the Gur district of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. So, you know, it seems like a terrible, horrible, awful, fucking like horror game.
That
which
seems
is
terrifying.
Stuff I love. Yeah, stuff I love. So shout out. Thank you, Butter Framed in Gold. And for some reason it's all right. So let's start at the top here. I beat EB is this. Here's Undertale. For when you're not Undertale. Well, I did promise my crew I would stream this game if I ever got it, because I've never actually played it, and a lot of them really want me to see me play it for the first time. So shout out. Thank you very much. Let's see. Then we got from Damon Carroll, milking Mira. No, wait, milking Sophie. Since Nintendo doesn't want it, you can have it. FYI, Steam will let you buy
my
DLC
gosh.
people. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate
my God.
you. Here you go. Enjoy the game, bro. So Doombanger, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was just gifted this, so I'm gonna decline this one, but I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh no.
There we go. So I hate when I have to decline gifts, but I do appreciate that. It's the thought that counts. I truly believe that. Caleb Wesker, St. Hugo, Played this myself for about an hour so far. I think I really like this one. Yes, Alisa. I've actually looked into this game. This looks awesome. Thank you. Truly appreciated. And then it came in with also the Viscera cleanup. Tinfoil Hater. Oh, look, a 4-pack into the Steam sale. Everyone to play Black Mesa cleanup. So same messages as he gave Sevvy. Thank you so much, Caleb. I appreciate you, homie. From Mission Impossible, Bro Force, a side-scrolling adventure. Pretty challenging. Can you finish the levels and get to the end? Tune in for the next episode of Bro Force. Should have read that in the Dragon Ball cadence. I didn't realize that was going for, but thank you. Old Man Giant, you most likely wish for this. You most likely wish this was a furry Fudo wrestling game with baby oil. Well, too bad. Get help. Absolutely nothing. Dude gifted me absolutely nothing. What a legend. And then Caleb again, happy 4th of July from a German, gifting you the original Wolfenstein 3D. That might be the most base thing that could have happened. Like a German gifting me that's legendary. Thank you. And then from a Kick in the Nuts, this is from Hypnotic. Have fun. At home with Stepsis Simulator. So
oh
my god.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Means the world to me.
Yo. Anybody else got any gifted? Okay, because I got one more here coming from Hypnotic himself, who must be watching the stream but won't jump on with us here. Gives Life is Strange Reunion. Play this game and put some hair on your chest. This is a real man's game. If you want to be PC Master Race, you need to start playing real games. Enjoy. Well, thank you for that, Hypnotic.
Man, you want to know the bitch of the bunch? The first Life is Strange game is actually decent enough. I enjoyed it. I'll never replay it because there's not a lot of replay value, but the first Life is Strange game had more better than it did bad. I also received one more, if you don't mind. Let me just share my screen real quick. Shout out to Sleeping Nova. Thank you so much. Blade Strangers. What the hell is Blade Strangers? A malevolent force known only as Lena is devouring data from the vast. So, okay, it seems like a anime Digimon style thing. It's awesome. Thank you. And what are you people doing? All right, hold on.
Oh my
God. Chair Simulator.
No.
Your people are only good at being the title of the game. The Quartering. Happy Slavery Day. No R's left. God damn, it's not Juneteenth, bro. But thank you, I appreciate you. And then Great Ape. I enjoyed this until it kept crashing on me. Open world comfort slop. It's funny because I'll accept this. Thank you very much, Great Ape. I was really interested in that game when it was like first being shown off in the trailers. It seemed like a horror game. Then I found out it wasn't. I was like, oh, now I'm less interested. But I've also heard people really enjoy it. So maybe it's a great game. So yeah, thank you.
Man, you guys are awesome. This community is incredible, and we will get a name.
And not a clan. This community is incredible, and not a clan.
Community. Not a clan.
We're going to avoid fake. We're not going to be.
Someone should send a tray as Plug Masters.
Oh, I got one gift to game. Do you mind if I share it?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Thank you, Sleeping Nova. Got Blade Strangers. Much appreciated.
Nice. Okay. All right. So with that, let's get back to we still have some topics we're going to get into.
Let's do it.
Let me pull up the right page here. All right. So wrapping up the Sony discussion. And this is like the big one because this just hit today. I mean, it started being talked about yesterday, but like really today, this topic popped off online. Closing your account. So I'm just going to go ahead and read here. 21, closing your account. This is part of the terms and service with Sony. 21.1, you may close your account by contacting us using the details in section 28. Okay. 21.2, if you have not used your account for at least 36 months, we may take steps to close it. In that case, we will contact you via the email address registered to your account and give you 6 months to either log into your account or contact us and tell us to keep your account open. 21.3, after your account is closed, you will not be able to access the PlayStation Online service or use the digital products purchased with that account. Now, We don't know how long this has kind of been in there. This may have been in the fine print for a long time and we didn't know it. But you know what? This is gnarly. This is serious. Because what is there's no definition here. I mean, Sevvy, you're the one that knows a little bit about the law and specifics in terms of service stuff and contracts, right? There's no specifics on there about what that means. If I log into a browser from a computer, does that count? If I log in, do I have to log in from a PlayStation 4? Will that count? What about my PS3? Will that count? Or is the lack of language there allowing them to get away with more?
It's vague enough that it could mean that a logging to your account could be just going into your browser and then logging in, or it could be that you need to actually get into your PlayStation. So we won't know until these emails actually start coming out. Let me see if I can find a search on anybody ever getting this email. Because once you get into the email, I'm sure the email will have instructions. So you will have 6 months from the date of this email to do this specifically. And I can see PlayStation included in there, like, connect your PlayStation device to the internet. That's my assumption where they're going to go. Because what we know and what they have said is that they want to make sure that they're checking on your system and that your system is connected to the internet. That would be my assumption. But I'll search to see if I can find anybody ever receiving an email.
So this is something that I know has been going pretty wild because it has to do with the European services available. But that's just a precursor to what's going to be coming to the United States. I mean, everything that is happening in Europe, everything that is being established there, it's
besides me that fucking says this, by the way, because I've been saying for like a year and a half now on my streams, videos, the whole nine, Europe is the testing ground, whereas the US is the final boss. If they can do it there, it will eventually come here.
Dude, all you got to do is point at Discord from this year. It's the best example. It's the best, most recent example.
Yeah, that's everything I have said in most of my videos or live streams when I talked about it. I've always said whatever is happening over there in the UK or Australia is coming to America. Just look at all the legislation, everything that they're pushing, particularly more recently with the Child Act. They're just trying to do a copy and paste.
This one is wild. And I think this is something that needs to be called out. And we need to get a little bit more specifics on it, right? Specifically, where is this located? Has this hit the United States yet? Because if it's not, it will. But then what are you buying? I mean, when you spend money buying these licenses, they're supposed to be in perpetuity of you having that account. Well, if they take your accounts away, I mean, as they say, 21.3 here, they could just rip your account away. You lose access to everything. So imagine how much money you spend. Marvel Rivals right now, right? You play Marvel Rivals, that is account bound. It doesn't carry it. Fortnite, you can carry it over between devices. Marvel Rivals, if you play on PlayStation 5, all the shit you buy is on PlayStation 5. You're toast.
Just a quick potential update to this, and Sevvy, again, you're the legal person. It seems like this was a terms of service update that just happened this past April. So I wonder if the 3-year clock starts then. Which is why nobody will have gotten these emails or anything, because this didn't go into effect until April of this year.
Well, I've also found people talking about receiving emails from Sony in 2025 with a link. But what they have talked about before then is the link is just to basically you click the link from your email to log into your Sony account on the browser.
Oh yeah, click a link from Sony in your email because Sony doesn't get hacked every 3 fucking years.
I know, right? But because I found 2 instances of 2 people complaining about it, saying I got this email from Sony and it's not working. In Sony, in Sony's community when they're asking for help and how to fix this, and then people just complaining about it. So the fact that they probably renewed it, makes me wonder whether or not they changed something else in the terms of service.
Yeah. I mean, even here, comicbook.com is saying it's worth noting that the language used is not definitive. It says that Sony may. Oh, guys, Sony may start doing it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. They're not actually doing it. They might do it. So why get worried? Might start this process if the inactivity threshold is triggered. To this end, this could be more appeasing to regulators than anything else and may not be common. So regulators, that's usually government officials. That's usually governments when they discuss regulators. That's scary, man, that Europe could be putting pressure. I mean, and is this just PlayStation? Is it going to be Discord as well? Is it going to be your Amazon account? I mean, you use these things more often, but like, hey, wait a minute. If they're going to start taking your accounts away for inactivity, what happens for that guy that, oh my gosh, it lapsed by a day that one time? That's all it takes is one mistake of not logging in, and you're toast.
Well, I mean, think about this in terms of the subscription model. How many times? I mean, because the subscription model is based around this. Hey, here's your 14-day free trial, and they know you're going to forget to fucking cancel it, and then they get to continue to charge you. Like this is effectively the same thing, but an inverse of it, which is after so long of activity, we're going to end it. It's banking on people just not remembering. It's like, look, I don't use PlayStation. I don't use Sony, not anymore. That being said, I have a slew of games that back when I did, I platinumed or got the trophies on or whatnot. And I like having a record of that thing. I like having the record that I did literally every single thing possible to do in Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 HD edition on the PS3. It's just nice. Oh, I did that. I could show people I did that if they ever question my Dragon Ball cred. Just because I never play another Sony game again doesn't mean I don't want to continue to have access to my trophy records from my PS3 era.
Can you scroll up so I see the number? 21.2. Yeah, okay, that was not changed that was not changed in their new terms and conditions, by the way. They changed other sections. Yeah, that was not changed. So that would explain why the other stuff was. That's why, because I found something from 2015 and then something from 2021 of people complaining about this. So that provision was not changed. What they did change in their terms of service was updated requirements relating to accounts in order to what they need to click to accept the new terms and what they need to accept. And then added new references to their new software end user license agreement. That is a different document altogether. So they added that, and then they updated the binding arbitration provisions in there, and then they updated their code of conduct provisions, which are not those sections.
I mean, this one is let me give you an example, right? So I have my original PlayStation 3 account, which then was my original PlayStation 4 account. And when I started doing like YouTube, I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave my personal account aside because I got my friends on there like from like years ago and stuff. And if I'm like streaming, right? And like, let's say I'm playing PlayStation games while streaming, I don't necessarily want my friends to come up. I don't want to dox anybody on accident. I'm just going to make a fresh account and I'll just start using that account. But you know what? On my old account, I have Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Those are two delisted unavailable games.
Yeah.
So if I lose that account because I'm inactive on it, which I don't log into it, but I have it set up for family sharing, so it's shared onto it shares to my YouTube account. So I'm going to lose my games because I'm not logging in to play? Are you kidding me? Like, this is insane, dude.
Okay, Wizard, I think you're overreacting. Data centers are destroying the environment right now.
Let's get some 78 degrees in the chat over here. All right, 78 degree AC.
We get some crisp 78s. Crisp 78s.
78s in the chat right now. I want to see crisp 78s.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But if we jump over here, so this is from PlayStationLifestyle.net, which is a site I've never heard of until finding this.
Oh, 2016. 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Sony can close inactive PlayStation Network accounts in Europe, according to new terms of service.
Oh, Europe! What a shock!
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is something that's been...
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. It's been going for a long time.
So this is not exactly new.
Finding.
So what
No,
this
I
means
do
is
like that this shows how autistic the internet is that Sony has pissed them off so much. They're now going back in time to retroactively find every evil thing Sony ever did from them.
Yeah.
That is a sign that Sony's in the shithouse.
Yep.
If people are really digging through, and we're finding articles from 10 years ago, pulling up the dirty laundry here. What
I also did find is that people were commenting that it seemed like Sony was targeting more accounts that didn't make any purchases. So if you just have an account and you're just playing free games, they're more likely to delete your account than if you use your account to actually give them money.
Okay, so they have a little bit of respect there for their buyers.
Yes, Tara, Crystal, I'll send you my link.
There is something interesting here, though. We may so this is the 2016 version. We may close your account if it has not been used for at least 24 months. So they've changed that. So now it's 3 years instead of 2 years.
Now it's 3 years. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh well, look at that. Sony's the good guy after all. They're giving us an extra year.
We give you an extra year and a half because there's that 6-month grace period too. They're so benevolent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're benevolent. Yeah, they're good guys.
Okay. If you want to talk about them being like, look at the second sentence. In both cases, we will not provide you with a refund.
Of your unused
wallet funds and unexpired periods of subscriptions, unless we are required to
do so by law. Yeah.
After your account is closed, you will not be able to access. See, there's more specifics in this version.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, they were given more specific details. Now everything is gray area. They're not explaining what they're actually doing.
In all these screenshots, like Asha, you know what you got to do. Like you said earlier, the rumor is she's very Twitter addicted. Like if we could just get Asha to be like, dude, we could fix Xbox overnight just by pointing out everything Sony is doing.
You know what? I'm just gonna start tagging her on everything. I'm gonna tag her on everything going forward. All my bullshitting on Sony, I will just tag her.
I like Asha, by the way. I genuinely think Asha has her heart in the right place. I don't know if her shit's gonna work, but I think she's got her heart in the right place. And so
yeah. But it's crazy because I mean the only thing I can think of in terms of why they changed their terms of service was because of the laws in Europe and the notice that they require before they can pull the rug under people. That's the only thing. Like in the not UK, but in the EU, the laws do require you provide certain notice, or they don't allow you at all to change it. So that's probably the reason why it got changed.
Yep. So that's the whole can of worms with Sony as of this week. But pivoting, you talked about Asha. I think that's a good pivot point for us to talk about the upcoming historic Xbox layoffs that are supposed to be coming this week. Now, this is from Vice from a couple of days ago, June 30th. Xbox layoffs could be the largest in gaming history, says Insider.
Whatever the largest in gaming history is not enough. Do more.
Okay, so I kind of want to go around and see, like, we've all been talking about this. We've been following the details. They're saying it's going to be historic. Do we think? Do you realize? There could be. There could. So
we need
the
to
last
put our
time,
thinking caps on.
Got to put the thinking caps on. Last year, Microsoft laid off 9,000 people. Often, it is speculated that it's like, oh, well, that was all gaming. No, it wasn't. It was 9,000 people across Microsoft. A lot of people were in gaming, but it was not all 9,000. Do we think we're going to get over 9,000 people laid off in this layoff?
Okay, hold on. Did you just do that for the meme?
What, over 9,000?
Over 9,000? Like,
yes.
Okay,
it's over 9,000 people on the street.
So when you say over 9,000 at Microsoft, I assume. I guess let me ask a question first. Let's apply this to Sony. Let's say there was layoffs at Insomniac. Is that like legally reported as layoffs at Sony because Sony owns Insomniac, or because it's a subsidiary is allowed to be reported different? Does anyone know the answer to that?
Well, they own it. It isn't. Is it a company owned by? When we look at like Blue Host, whatever the company that did Demon Souls got fired from Sony when Sony shut down the studio, it was considered Sony layoffs.
Okay, guys. See, I want that's why I need it because I didn't know if they because obviously they cut the books, hide the numbers. Me and Hypno were talking about this. I think you agreed as well on SNH last week that that the number of gaming layoffs between 2024 and the January 2026 is so far at about 45,000. Obviously, I think those numbers are fudged and fake, and they find ways to hide it. And it's actually probably higher, probably somewhere like 50 to 60,000. So that's why I was asking about if they were to lay off like people in companies owned by Microsoft, but were their own LLCs or whatever, if that would count as Microsoft layoffs. And if they do,
so
I truly do think we'll get over 9,000. Yes.
So the Microsoft gaming division, it's supposedly somewhere around 20,000 employees. Microsoft and the entire company, as you know, completely, it's about 230,000 employees, right? If they're laying off 9,000, that's almost
half their work. And good. Elon Musk proved you can do it.
Yeah.
X didn't Elon lay off 80% of X?
Yeah,
it was something insane like that. Yes,
and the gaming division includes Xbox Game Studios, Activision Blizzard, Cinemax.
Okay,
Media,
so yeah, all the subsidiaries. Cool.
Yeah, all the subsidiaries. So it would include all of those. I can see them cutting a lot of people. But almost half.
Wow. I think, if we go down the list, I got to find that chart. There's a chart that I keep pulling up on streams. Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, here we go. So this is a little outdated, but this is the list of companies that were under scrutiny that could be on the chopping block. So if we look over here in the Xbox Game Studio, Compulsion is on the chopping block. Double Fine is on the chopping block. Ninja Theory is on the chopping block. Obsidian, some people say yes, most people say no. Perfect Dark.
By the way, I do think Obsidian is a yes.
Yeah.
I don't know about like closing the whole studio like Compulsion, but I do think there will be massive layoffs at the very least at Obsidian.
Yes. Totally agree. I think Playground. Well, actually, we should just go from the top here. I think 343 is going to be safe because they're working on Halo.
Yeah.
And now it's Halo Studios, right? Clockwork Revolution. Nobody is talking about In Exile. No one is talking about Mojang. Playground Games is working on Fable and those the Forza games. Make bank. If we look at Rare, I think Sea of Thieves crushes it. Sea of Thieves, I think, is fine. The Coalition, guys, if it really costs $400 million to make Gears of War E-Day, holy crap, this company is destroyed.
Next year is when their layoffs are.
They are now talking about Undead Labs and the State of Decay game being at risk. We've got the Initiative; they're already dead. Forza Motorsports is going to be fine. World's Edge, no one has mentioned this. Any other?
To be fair, I don't think people know what World's Edge is. I don't know what World's Edge is, and I cover this shit for a living.
Age of Empires.
Age of Empires.
Mythology.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Xbox Game Studio Publishing. So these are smaller parties inside of there. One of the reports that I read said Flight Simulator might be on the list. And that's insane that the Flight Simulator company could be getting hit with layoffs. I don't think it's going to go away, but layoffs, I mean, hey, anything's possible, right? Now, if we scroll over, Bethesda, talk about a company that needs to get.
Oh, this is definitely
they need a win
out of date.
They need to be completely carved out.
do.
If I was Asha Sharma, I would walk in to Bethesda and say, Todd, we need to have a meeting. Todd, what is happening here?
Asha, it just works. No, it fucking doesn't, Todd.
It does not. It does not.
If we really Skyrim again.
No.
If we just release Skyrim, it's gonna fix everything.
Great.
No, but id. I actually think that id might be again not gonna close, but I think there might be some layoffs after. I mean, Doom: The Dark Ages was. It wasn't panned per se, but it released to middling sales and middling reviews. So obviously there's the brand is in decline compared to the previous Doom. So
Tom and I have some insight on that now, as far as the game is concerned. Yeah,
I especially with it being this is Monday, Tuesday is when they're releasing the DLC for Doom: The Dark Ages, and they are trying to hype up that this DLC is almost like a full campaign's worth. That this DLC is supposed to be a sequel. So I don't think that they're going to be on the chopping block this round. I think they are going to be waiting post DLC before they make like this is their last hurrah of like. This is your last chance. You got to try to get people back because, Dark Ages did not sell as well as Eternal did. So I think that Tuesday is going to be the call for how does ID shape up in this new Xbox environment.
Okay.
There's something to be said about Doom: The Dark Ages, though. So Doom: Dark Ages dropped at a time when we were all gang-piling, ripping on Game Pass. Yes. It was released at the worst time. We were shitting on Phil Spencer. We were shitting on Sarah Bond. They had just dropped Avowed, and so we were dogpiling Xbox. They were making terrible decisions. Everything is an Xbox campaign was in full force, and they dropped Doom: The Dark Ages, and it was a Game Pass title. And like right now, it's on sale with the Steam sale, and Tom and I have been playing it, and that game is not bad. It's not a bad game. It's nothing to it.
That's why I was
being
talking about how
action game.
Oh, my bad. Continue. I thought.
Well, to piggyback off of that, it was not only was it a Game Pass game, but it was another. This is a $70 title. It was, if I remember correctly, it was a $70 title, and they had like either a $100 deluxe edition or it was a $90 deluxe edition, and they shoehorned in if you pay the $90, you get to play it early. And that was one of those. It was during that time period when studios were doing stuff like that, people went, "I'm not going to buy it." Period. And we saw that with with Obsidian, with Outer Worlds 2 or Outer Worlds 2. They did their this is going to be an $80 title, and what happened? Oh well, we'll make it 70. We're not going to make it 80. So nobody bought it anyway. Like people were turned off to the area around it than the actual game. So if this DLC is like, great that people end up buying not only the DLC but the game itself, then maybe ID will stick around. I think it's going to be after Monday. We're not going to see it on Monday. I think it's going to be it'll be the secondary wave because I think this is going to be coming in waves depending on how well some of these games are coming out.
So what do you think the next wave is? Like pre-holiday 2026?
Either pre-holiday or it's gonna be January.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's a really good question. When will the next wave be? The layoffs that are happening right now have nothing to do with anything releasing this year. Asha is going in and meeting with people. Her and her team of Terminators are going in to meet with developers, and they're like, "When is your next game dropping? And what is it? And can we see it? And is it, how much money have we invested into it?" And then she's looking at that and being like, "Fire everybody." So what this indicates is anybody that's on the chopping block or anybody that gets cut means that they are not shipping shit worth shit next year. That's what it means. So that means if Ninja Theory's getting cut, then that Senua game, they have no faith in. I mean, the reporting is that they knew like they made this new Senua game, and then they showed the trailer for it. They specifically showed the trailer to petition people to buy that company.
Oh, that's
nuts,
crazy.
Yeah. Ooh. So I mean, compulsion. Oh, compulsion. Well, we got all these awards. You made no money. South of Midnight made no money. Double Fine. Oh, we make these small tier indie artsy games. You make no money. You're gone. We lose millions of dollars on you. The only one that's worth a damn is Obsidian. I don't know why. If I was the leadership at Xbox, I'd walk in and say, make another Fallout New Vegas. It's got to be on par with Fallout New Vegas in execution. Not a new Vegas, not a new Fallout title per se, but you need to deliver a game that is on par with being beloved as much as Fallout New Vegas is.
Yeah. I mean, despite everything wrong with Bethesda, because I am a fanboy for Fallout 5 is one of those games that I'm that I'm looking forward to, that I want. Now, it's not a game that, hey, if it's Xbox exclusive, I'm not buying a fucking Xbox for it. But
it'll be PC. We
have
PCs,
Xbox is at least, unlike Sony, Xbox has been like, anything that's on Xbox that's quote unquote exclusive, like E-Day, is still coming to PC.
It's on Steam, yeah.
I mean, dude, right now with Hypno and I have been playing Gears of War. We're both playing on PC. He is playing through Steam, and I'm playing through. I have the game on Xbox, so we do the cross. They have the cross platform. Crossplay. Thank you. Yeah, Xbox doing that is genius. Keep doing crossplay, and people will buy your games. I had already bought Gears of War. I own all of them. Just let us use them. But then we take a little swing over here. We look at the Activision publishing, right?
Yeah.
So I put this big check on Toys for Bob because they split away from they went solo.
Toys for Bob went solo, I think, last year.
And now they're shipping a new Spyro game, man.
Yep.
Yep. You guys think
by the way, even though they went solo and split off last year, still must have good relations with Xbox, because the new Spyro game was shown off at the Xbox showcase and was one of the things that the internet was uproarious in a positive way about. It was one of the things that stole the Summer Game Fest weekend, was the new Spyro game. Like, Toys for Bob is fine.
So do you guys think that the layoffs are just going to be just straight off layoff and studios being closed and people being moving around? Or do you think it's also going to involve a restructure?
Can you elaborate? Because I don't know what you mean.
That's a good question.
Sure.
When you say restructure, do you mean like closing studios and moving the people there?
No, because of what you said. Because what you talked about, Toys for Bob, they could grab somebody or some of these studios and completely carve them outside of Xbox, just completely push them out completely and be like, yeah, we're done. Because it's just gonna make me wonder when Wizard was saying Bethesda needs to be just pushed aside completely out of Xbox and be like, you're fucking up. We're gonna cut ties, to some degree. So a restructure could happen many ways. They could put things into different umbrellas, have different priorities. So I'm not just talking about cutting the studios down, not closing them off, but just doing a complete restructure.
Realistically, I think what we're gonna see with Monday is gonna be specific studios are gonna have heavy hits, but I think throughout everything is gonna be restructured, because if I don't remember which game studio it was, but I remember back like a month ago or so, we read a whole article talking about how game development as a whole, most of the games are not made in-house. They're basically they're sent out to teams, and then those teams contract other teams that don't work for the company. So
I didn't know that, but because that's how anime production works.
That makes sense what you're saying.
So if Osh is coming in and it's like, well, why are we paying you when you don't actually do anything and all you do is hire another company here? We'll just fire you and hire that company regardless. So I think what we're going to see is the game, the specific studios that have been stinking, they're going to see heavy cutbacks. But I think across the board, it's going to be what do you do here? You hire somebody else to do your job? Okay, bye-bye. We'll just keep that person who does your job. I think that's what we're going to see across the board.
I think I might be mistaken, but I really think it was Playground Games that was reported to be doing that, Tom. And it was because the workload on Fable and on Forza are so dense that we're literally talking about corporate outsourcing to smaller production companies to make parts of games.
Yes.
So when they can't do it all in-house, it is cheaper for them to hire a third-party producer to make specific assets or to make specific things that are then brought in and injected into the final cut of the game.
And while I get that from a financial perspective, that's a smarter thing to do, from a creative perspective, which, that's the thing that actually does sell games. That's why the golden age of gaming was, about 1992 to, let's say, 2008 or so. If you can't make it all in-house, then you shouldn't be making games.
I think that's the reality we're going to be seeing.
I just don't think that they're gonna keep things in house because it's gonna be a lot cheaper just to hire the smaller companies to do it, because then they will do it for dirt cheap. They don't have unions that they have to deal with, right? And then they can get to just pass the buck.
Well, the outsourcing thing, like that only became, to my knowledge, the norm. Again, I'm speaking mostly from the anime side of things because this is very common in anime, but I assume it's the same for gaming as well. It has only become common due to the fact that proprietary engines are next to non-existent nowadays. Everyone's on Unreal and whatnot. Like obviously you got some people. Capcom has the RE engine. Sega has the Hedgehog engine, but by and large, most things are done on Unreal engines. You can outsource more easily because there's people that are all over the world trained to use these engines that are common. You can't really outsource to a third-party company in the Philippines if you got a proprietary fucking engine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't think this is gonna be just a normal layoff. I think my opinion is that it's gonna come with some restructuring.
So I wanted to show another example of a company that we have all spoken a lot about from this year that fit the bill of a major corporation was investing into smaller corporations to try and like incentivize game production. And this is the website for Wildlight Entertainment now, who produced High Guard. Even the Wildlight.gg page not found.
Oh,
this means that like their site is still active. Funny. It's just everything is dead. That company is dead, dude.
Oh my god, wow, that is crazy.
Yeah, Wildlight Entertainment 404.
Someone make an edit of Jeff doing the welcome to High Guard and it just cuts the
welcome.
Oh my god,
High Guard page not found. All right, but I did want to read this real quick. This is from that article from Vice, and this is from, I believe, the creator. Oh, this latest rumor comes from Duke Nukem co-creator George Broussard. And if we see here, I just got word of a list
one of the greatest video games ever fucking made. Duke goddamn Nukem. Dude, Apogee Entertainment posted their 4th of July like happy 4th of July tweet, and it was just Duke Nukem fucking chest out, big gun in front of a waving American flag. God, it was awesome. Anyway, sorry, go on.
I just got word of a list of Xbox studio closures. No, not posting them. If it's even close to true, and it's from inside, this will likely be the largest single layoff event in gaming history. Xbox is going to be supremely unpopular for a very long time, and the devastation is going to reverberate like the meteor that took out the dinosaurs, dude. Wow.
So I read this quote on my Thursday show, and I think he's first of all, he is correct, but this is one of those like technically correct kind of things. When he says Xbox is going to be supremely unpopular, he only means within the, or at least I would hope he only means within the industry, because
with the
gamers are gonna beat their meat this for the next 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah. They're gonna be celebrating, dude. Gamers, real gamers are celebrating for this. Real gamers, not the shills, not the journalists, not the content creators. You know what's really fun? And this is something we should have brought up in the last few segments, but like, don't you guys think it's funny that all of the mainstream content creators, I mean, are all like sobbing over what Sony is doing with physical games? Oh, like now you're activated, now you care. We've been talking about this for years, dude.
Yeah, years.
You did nothing.
Yep.
Oh, you're just stupid chuds. You just hate such and such. You're just haters. And you didn't do anything, and now look at what's happening.
Well, now, to be fair, it does make sense, because since they don't buy games, they always got all those physical things as goodie bags, whereas we actually went out and bought them. Now, that like the only reason they have a physical library is because the shills are being gifted games, Respawn or Spawn on me and whatnot's being gifted the $250 mixtape bundle, the whole nine. Well, physical's going away, things like that will be going away as well, but they'll still send you a fucking code, like as opposed to us who've got how many gaming statues and physical copies and posters and shit. Like, yeah, this affects your goodie bags.
This affects the goodie bags. Xbox is going to be supremely unpopular. I I don't know, man. I think
within the industry it will. Don't get me wrong. Like Kotaku is gonna have a fucking field day with this, destroying Xbox. Now they're not gonna say anything bad about Asha because she's an Indian woman, but they're going to try and destroy Xbox as an idea. Meanwhile, all the real gamers are just going to laugh and ratio them, and it'll be a dude. Xbox, Kotaku. I posted an article yesterday, the day before. I have not seen, because normally their account gets ignored. It was about Citizen Vigilante. I've not seen such a thorough ratioing of Kotaku in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Do you realize?
do you realize?
Do you realize Asha could come in here and she'll have to shut down our studio?
And we'd have to move out of it?
And we'd have to move out? I'm working on it.
That's a multi-layered reference joke. This is exciting, man. This is exciting. When will the Xbox layoffs happen? I just got word of the Xbox is going to be supremely unpopular. On top of all that, there will also be layoffs at the studios that remain. Well, there's our answers there. So
see, but that last part. On top of that, there will also be layoffs at the studios that remain. That answers the very first question you asked at the beginning of the segment. Do we think it'll be over 9,000?
Yes.
Oh, I think it'll be over 9,000. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Well, this is an exciting one, and I think we're all going to be talking about it as soon as it starts to happen. I mean, look, we got pretty much, I'd say, 48 hours, and then heads are going to start to roll.
Mm-hmm.
I usually try to minimize the level of gaming coverage I do throughout the week and focus on politics and anime and stuff because I know that we always go balls to the wall on SNH. This is the type of story I will not be able to ignore. I'm talking about this on Wednesday, and I'm talking about this on Thursday, and I'll be talking about it again on fucking Saturday Night Hypnosis. This is because with every day, there's gonna be more things posted on X, more things coming out. Not studio heads, but people in the industry that they're gonna be posting on X. Well, didn't even know I was laid off until IGN wrote the article. I love it when we get tweets from people that work at studios that found out they got laid off from an IGN article because the head honchos hadn't told them yet. Oh, bro, it gets me hard.
And with that, let's get back to the people.
Sorry.
Pause.
Hey. All right, man. We've got a few more supers here we got to get to. We also got some gifted games we're going to check out. Guys, this has been an incredible 4th of July spectacular. I'm really glad we got to do this.
Me too.
Yeah. But before we do that, man, can I just say, I have seen Atreus playing Steam games. I have seen Cassie playing Steam games tonight. Ada, we know, is out with family. Hypno, we know, is out with family. But we got
Sheep is with family. Sheep told me he's out with the wife. Yeah.
Sheep is out with family. So we got 2 of the crew just wanted to hang out, just wanted to play games. So we got you. We see you. We caught you. All right. Anyway, get back to the people.
And speaking of playing games, we are all also, to my knowledge, at some point tonight. Don't know if we have an exact time. Where you, Sev, Sheep, Hypno, all going to be playing Mecha Chameleon together.
Yeah. Later tonight.
Yep.
Late Plugging Muddy Waters for a 2-banger. Tiger King continues to earn my respect. Oh, all the time. Even when I disagree vehemently with Tiger King, I respect the motherfucker. He's great.
Shout out Tiger King.
Timmy Brasher with a 2-banger. President Jared Leto, next election. Okay.
Oh,
no. Need you to rein it in, son.
No.
No, let's settle down. Maybe we've gone too far.
His campaign is going to be the next Tron movie.
No.
Oh, no.
It's adorable. You think there'll be a next Tron movie?
I know it won't be.
Adena Soto with a 5-banger. Don't forget about BioWare. They're still trying to make the new Mass Effect 4 or 5, and everyone is all-in ship. Everyone is on. I think it's supposed to be all hands on deck.
Everyone is
in that game.
All in ship in that game.
I think it means all hands on deck.
All in ship.
All in ship.
That's pretty good.
Anybody else?
Super chat, but Matt Stanford gave Leto the perfect campaign. Vote for me, or I'll make another movie.
Oh, well, there you go. Did anybody else let the fish die, not on purpose, but they just kept dying in Mass Effect? Or was it just me?
Well, with the way that you cook, I wouldn't be surprised if that's, you also can't keep a fish alive, so.
Damn.
War Wizard with a 5-banger. Say what you will about Xbox. Their Play Anywhere program is really good. There are a lot of games that you buy once and play on console, PC, and handheld. I never used it, so I can't speak to it. I don't know if anyone else here did.
You know what, though? If they hadn't been marketing it the way that they did, if it was just a feature and not like the whole case to be made, it would have been fine. But they made their entire identity, everything is an Xbox. There should have still been, there's an Xbox, and it could have just been, hey, yeah, but also Xbox is on your PC as well. Like they could have been more subtle about it, more respectable to their brand, and it would have worked. It was a complete marketing failure, but you're War Wizard, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. All right, let's get to, we got some gifted games here. Pulling this up. We've got from Doombanger. Hey, Fake Wizard, this seems right for you to be that great white wizard. Why is there always... I get these gifted games, and everybody says, like, oh, you're the white guy. And I'm like, well, yes, thank you. But, like, why do you need to point it out? You know what I mean? Wizard that has to save the day who is also bald. Yes. I will graciously accept that. Thank you. Who else we got?
I am sharing my screen now because I got one.
Okay.
What the hell, dude?
Hypno sent me a gifted game. This is why I burst out laughing and then muted myself because I was laughing for like 5 minutes when you sent me this. It says, a gay love story about gay love. In case you need a video game to teach you about the man you're with. Also, anti-sip. Thank you, Hypno, for the gifted game.
How did you get gifted a game about gay shit, yet I catch the strays?
Well, you know what? That game may be a little bit ambiguous. Who knows what it's really about?
Who knows? And Terra Crystal gifted me Spilled. He says, easy game, safe to stream. It only takes about an hour to win. It's fun for being very simplistic. Thank you, Terra Crystal.
Wow. Very good. Let's see. Leon.
So Hypnotic gifted me balls. If you play this game long enough, you just might find what's necessary to be able to properly play Counter-Strike. This is my enjoy. Bro, the fucking strays! Like, that wasn't a stray. That was a kill shot. Thank you, Hypno. Appreciate you, brother.
I don't think that's gonna help Leon get better at Counter-Strike. Just letting everybody know.
And with that, we got coming in right at the end here, War Wizard for 199 says the Great White Grand Fake Wizard. Great White Grand Fake Wizard. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, to be fair, that is a better order than the Great White Fake Grand Wizard. Just where you place grand in there does affect how the chat reads in terms of its social implications.
It needs more words in it, though. There wasn't enough words. They needed more. We needed like 3 more words in there.
You spent the whole $2. Use that character count, dude.
Well,
do more.
I dress like Gandalf. You know, a wizard is in the name. I would have thought that it's like, you know, people understand it's like a fantasy wizard, and yet somehow people are like, the bad kind. Leon, are you going live tonight?
No, it's not Gandalf. I'm actually dressed as the Magic the Gathering art for Invoke Prejudice.
Exactly. That's me. I'm
it's
on
a deep cut reference for anybody in the chat that gets it.
Are you doing your stream before games tonight?
No. If you're talking about the analog horror stream, no. We're just gonna do the gaming one because algorithmically, YouTube, at least they say that you're only supposed to do like 1 stream per day per channel, and I normally do the
we're live right now.
It's just we're live right now. But that's as okay. I mean, I didn't have anything planned for it anyway. So, and this was so much fun. I'm glad we did it.
I am glad we did this too. Is there anybody streaming out there that we should redirect to?
Let me check.
while we're still live, and we could because we're wrapping up here.
Yeah.
I just want to see, guys, is anybody in the chat, who should we redirect to before we close out?
I see Jeremy's
Oh,
live.
Vera.
I'm gonna redirect mine to Mama Akko.
Okay, yeah, we could all redirect to different people.
That works.
So chat, stick with me. We're rating on our end to Mama Akko.
All right, Leon, what you got coming up? And other than the gaming stream we're doing later.
Excuse me. Tomorrow is the Sunday special stream, which is the one stream a week where we do not talk about politics or the culture war. We just talk about fun things that are happening on the internet. Sevvy, I assume, as usual, will be joining me. And then we will, of course, wrap the stream up with more Dream Daddy Dad Dating Simulator, where I am currently playing a fat, black, gay Goku trying to hook up with dads.
Yeah.
My chat is masochistic.
It's bad.
Or
Sevvy, what are you doing?
Yeah, masochistic is the right word.
Well, other than the gaming stream later tonight with the crew, tomorrow I'll be playing Warhammer, I think 40K, and then hang out in Leon's stream. And then my video comes out tomorrow, so make sure to check it out. I think that's mostly it.
All right. Tom, what we got happening over on Fake Wizards?
Well, we're posting reviews on Fake Wizards. Today, we had one go up about the Young Washington movie, just in time for the 4th of July, as well as we just did the Avatar Season 2 Netflix review. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. That's my first long-form video there.
I actually real quick want to give you mad props for being here today, because that means you didn't off yourself after watching Season 2 of Avatar.
It was, let me tell you, that video we were working on for several days, and it was painful. That season genuinely is painful.
It was real touch and go. I walked into the rope store.
The final recording cut for that video was 50 minutes, and I got it down to 20, but there's too much to say about how bad that season actually is. It is insane.
Yeah, it was really hard to sit through. It was not a good show. It is not. They should be ashamed of themselves for what they've done. But guys, I think that's gonna tie everything up here. So everybody, thank you for being here. Happy 250 to the United States of America, greatest country in the world. Will always be the greatest country in the world. With that, stick around. We're going to play the outro, and then we're going to redirect to all the other channels on YouTube. We'll be back, I think, at some point. We got to connect with Hypnotic and see when we're going to do the gaming stream, but we're going to try to do that. And I think we're going to be doing one next week for Pal World at some point. More news on that soon. So, all right, everybody, you take care, and we'll see you real soon. All right, bye, everyone.